a four-time champion, a four-time most valuable player, a four-time NBA Finals MVP, the leading scorer in All-Star history, making his 18th All-Star on this stage. He's just a kid from Akron, from the LA Lakers, LeBron James!
Free version? I'm pretty sure I paid for Zoom.
Yo, we back. Wax Chronicles. Would you guys shut the fuck up and let me do the intro? What's up, guys? We're here with Nancy, otherwise known as Kurt Kaufman, Jay Pitts.
2021, dude. Give him a break.
Hey, what?
2022.
What did I say?
It is Nancy, dude.
Oh, shut the fuck up. This is our post All-Star kind of reaction episode. So again, you guys have already been introduced. We don't need to go through all the
dude, make a bigger deal. This is a landmark occasion. This is the first time the four Basketeers have
take it over.
You do it. Do it a fucking if you're gonna do it right, dude.
I don't know how to do it right, so that's on you, pal.
No, as you got. I mean, is that no viewers who are watching this since all the viewers are on this call at the same time. True. We have all four of us together for the first time. This is exciting.
Yeah, first time in podcast history.
This is history.
Yeah. So I guess I don't know. Where do you guys want to jump in on All-Star stuff, or do you want to talk about larger NBA stuff?
No, first we gotta plug the Hall of Flame.
True, Hall of Pimps.
So all the Hall of Pimps. We have 7 subscribers. The 4 we know are sitting here talking to each other. So there is 2 out there. Let us know, and we can add you to the Hall of Flame / Hall of Pimps. S-Ambush? S-Ambush? You're the man. Anyway, with that,
he's the only real one out there.
Has he like comped it or anything, or like?
No,
he's just like a silent
lurking dude.
Lurking. He subscribed back when we were doing card videos. So I don't know if he probably doesn't give a fuck about these, but if he ever happens to watch it, this is a message to S-Ambush. Comment with your favorite player. I'll print him off and put him right next to your name in the Hall of Pimps.
We're begging for S-Ambush's attention. We will never get it.
Please, we should just title the video S-Ambush.
Yeah, that's our top of every episode now. Yeah. Shouts out to S-Ambush.
It again.
No, not at all. Well, yeah, All-Star Weekend happened, guys. We have a champion in our midst. One guy here called his shot.
Not me.
No, not you, J-Man. You
at all.
It was a pretty
called
poor,
2.6
pretty
points,
poor
bro.
showing.
2.6.
It was true. Kurt said he was about the money, and by golly, he was. The guy was making stellar picks all through the weekend.
Wait, we had money on that?
Oh, wait, I never
always your money, J-Man.
20 bones a piece. That's the going rate for the All-Star game.
Hey, I'll give you $20 to give to Kurt when you're here this weekend.
Okay. But yeah, I guess I don't know. Cogman, what did you think?
Dude, give us your victory speech.
Yeah,
dude.
what's it feel like to be a winner?
Yeah. No, I wasn't practicing this for an entire week. So, no, I mean, Tanner didn't want it, but here it is.
I told him to not wear a Warriors and Lakers. I just want to vomit.
Steph Curry, 50 points. LeBron James, game-winning shot. Now, I know the rest of you guys don't exactly understand what it takes at times to get the money when you're actually trying for the money. But at the end of the day, I got one thing to say. I'm going to scoot real close for you. All right? This is serious.
Yeah.
LeBron.
Deadly serious.
I'm talking to you. You're the greatest. There's never been anything truer said than another human on planet Earth. And here's why. It was Steph's night. He was shooting. It was your night, though, because it was Cleveland. And you took it over in the end because you're a certified G. And you know what?
Oh, fuck yeah, Cogman.
$140, son. So, that's
$140.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but have we all won this prior to Kurt winning? You were the last of the 4 of us to win it.
Yep.
Madison's never. Well, yeah, the 4 of us. Yeah.
I just wanted to get that on the record.
Yeah, it's the reason why I have that LeBron All-Star jersey, dude.
True.
So wait,
which I should have put on. Motherfucker.
So who could have won? So it was. I forget who could have won on the final day.
Can I help out?
Yeah.
Kurt, first place. Amy, second place. Royce, third place. The Kaufman clan.
Yeah, they cleaned up.
What I'm trying to ask is,
Yeah, it was
Kurt-
it was Amy, Mike, and I all had a chance. So we all had to pick
who
Western
did you all
Conference.
have for MVP?
Or not West.
Who all did you have for MVP? The three betwixt the three of you.
I had Joel Embiid.
So odds are, if
Yeah.
if they would have pulled that off, Bailey would have won.
Yeah.
Yep.
Were you the only person with Embiid?
Yeah.
Okay. So dang, when Levine hit that three to tie it, Kurt, was you just like
I was
fucking
standing up.
sweating your dick off?
Shouts to Mike D. I was standing up. You know, I was walking around. I was pacing. I was feeling the joint. I was getting my geography in. So yeah. But at the end of the day, none of you fuckers ever called your shot like me.
I was
That's
this
all I'm
close.
saying.
I was
That's
this
the
close.
size of what you got, brother.
Hey,
God.
hey,
It's hard.
you
It's
were
hard
the
to
last
call your.
one to win. How are you still talking shit? We all had to take a year off so you could
What
get
have you
one.
done for me lately, dude? I respect what he's saying.
Plus,
Talk
it's
your
hard.
shit, Kurt.
It's hard to
Where
call
you
your
at?
shot when you miss half the picks anyway because you're at work. So
True.
I only missed 2. Get out
Hey,
of here.
I sent that text well in advance, J man. You had time to get those.
Kurt,
picks.
who
I'm
is-
not. I'm not putting blame on anybody besides me here.
Kurt, as the champion, who is your MVP for your picks of All-Star Weekend? Is it Cade Cunningham?
Yeah, I mean it's between him and Evan Mobley.
Or I guess Steph
No,
Curry for
Mobley.
literally like keeping Team LeBron in the game for three
Yeah,
quarters.
I mean that too. But like for the points, Cade Cunningham got me out to a huge lead. And then I mean Evan Mobley sinking the
half
thinking
quarter
the
with
shot.
5.5 seconds in or whatever. That was crazy.
It was the second shot they took, you know, in the skills. So
It was pure too. It was so pure.
I almost bought a motherfucking Evan Mobley jersey because of that shit, but
That'd have been clutch.
I held off.
Clutch.
So, anywho,
Dang.
you guys are good sports, except for Jesse and Bailey trying to take me off the pedestal while I was just on for 5 minutes. Whatever, I don't even give a shit. You know, I'm not hurt.
Why'd I take you?
but-
What'd I do to take you off the pedestal?
No, he just confirmed the question that I asked. That's all that was,
Yeah.
Cogman.
Exactly. You guys.
I'm
are
your
working
fucking
together.
enemy here, dude. I'm your enemy. Don't get it twisted, dude. But no, it was I don't know. I guess that's kind of the summary of our little game that we play every year. Cogman's the first official, well, not official, not the first, but I don't know how to,
First
how
in
to
last.
describe
podcast
this.
era.
Last.
Be real.
Say what? First
I'm
in
the
the
first in
podcast
the
era.
podcast era.
Yeah,
That's
and-
fair.
Yeah, and defending champion. Well done, Kurt.
Well done, Cogman.
No, you guys pushed me to be what I am, and
It
without
was-
you, there's nothing.
It was
yeah,
it was a
yeah.
heck of a competition. It kind of got a little bit tighter at the end, but it was a bloodbath. I mean, it felt like you were picking all the winners and everybody else was just
We
I
were
don't know.
all right there.
Damn it.
It's true.
We were all right in the same grouping of each other. We all did equally well.
On the same spreadsheet.
We were all right there on the spreadsheet.
Yeah, we all live in this galaxy.
Did you
I
guys
did
want to?
so poorly.
Yeah. Hey, there's always next year, J-Man. Always next
Yeah,
year.
you're gonna win next year, J-Man.
Plus, you already got a chip under the belt, so you'll be all right. You'll be all right. Did you guys want to hop in and go over some of the individual events and stuff?
Yeah, you guys want just want to start
Start
from
with
the top?
Friday night.
I'm cool
Can
with
I
that.
start first since I was at work and mine's gonna be short?
Sure.
So I was at work, which sucked. Didn't record anything because I'm dumb. So I was just mainly at work. I had an ESPN and NBA open in the back stocks, and I was just
Fuck
like
yeah.
watching
Well
stuff.
Noise.
So Friday night was skills and the rookie
Or
stuff.
celebrity and
Oh
rookie
yeah,
stuff.
celebrity and
Skills
rookie
was
stuff. If I were to vote for celebrity, by the way, wouldn't have added any points. I was gonna vote for the dude that won the Fanatics Challenge thing.
Oh, hot. Hot.
I think his name was Nick or something like that.
Yeah,
I
it was like
"Sure."
the fan participant or
Yeah.
whatever.
That'd been sick.
That's
Dude,
Well,
fucking-
I
going
looked him
hard.
up and he's an athlete. He was a hockey player. So I was like, I'm
dang.
gonna vote for this dude. He didn't win. The Peloton trainer did do. I
Alex
didn't
Toussaint.
watch it. I didn't see any highlights of it, so I don't know. What else is Friday night?
Just the
rookie tournament.
Yep, the Rising Stars.
I wish I would have watched that. Wish I would have recorded it. Didn't, so I didn't know anything that happened in that. So let's move to Saturday night. Saturday night was 3-point contest. I just saw the winner was Karl Anthony Towns. I will say, fucking Luke Kennard was right there. That was my pick.
True.
And he probably should have won, but
didn't he only lose by a couple? Or no, him and Trae Young tied in the final round, right? Or something like that. Yeah.
Patty Mills got jobbed out by Trae Young in the first round, but whatever.
What's good?
Whatever, not salty. And then dunk contest, I haven't even like looked up a highlight because I don't think there is one.
Yeah, it should be. They should delete the tapes on that.
No,
Delete the
okay. We got some.
Okay.
Okay. Keep going.
Do your thing. I have nothing to say about
No.
this. 'cause
Let's go back to
literally-
the top. Let's go. We're just gonna go.
I have a lot to
chronological
say
through
about the
weekend.
celebrity game.
Okay, let's start
As do
there.
I.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna be silent for a long time then.
Yeah, I did not. I did not participate with. I watched the highlights. That's all I did. So.
Fucking bitch. Anyway,
Fuck
Kurt,
you.
Kurt,
I don't want to hear shit from anyone on this shit.
No, yeah. You're gonna have to listen now, motherfucker, because I think Kurt and I are on the same page, just like we were before the All-Star weekend. Kurt, what did you give this? What do you give this celebrity game out of 10 in terms of celebrity games?
Celebrity games I've seen, I give this 9.5.
Okay, because I give it about a 30.
Yeah.
This
I thought we were operating honestly, but yeah. No,
I am. This celebrity game was the best part of All-Star weekend aside from the All-Star game.
Okay, you're just gonna put it above the NBA 70, like all the other stuff.
No, I'm talking about actual encore stuff.
Oh,
I
like the
think
events?
the NBA 75 stuff was amazing, but I don't view that as an encore product.
Was it just super entertaining?
it was sick.
I've watched it twice on Friday. I watched it, then I watched the rookie stuff, then I watched the replay of it directly after. It was the best celebrity game that's ever been played.
Wait,
And-
are you talking like skill wise on the court or just entertainment wise watching it?
All. It was the best. It was by far the best.
Well, I heard there was like some dunks in the celebrity game.
Yes.
Ah,
Yes, there were. You could argue that one of the dunks in the celebrity game was better than some of the dunks was better than literally. There's a direct comparison between a dunk in the celebrity game and a dunk in the dunk contest, and the one in the celebrity game is better. I swear to God.
Who was that that dunked? in the
Miles
celebrity?
Garrett.
Yeah, Miles Garrett. Yeah,
my
yeah.
homie.
So, Kurt, tell me your thoughts because I have notes in my phone. I literally watched twice. If it was on TV tonight after we get off this podcast, I would watch it again. That's how good it was.
Here's I'll be quick, and then I want you to take over because you have the notes. All right, but dude, is it John Marco Tamberi? That's his name,
so.
the high jumper. That motherfucker was playing like he had a 10-day on the line.
There has never been a player who has provided more spark and energy and fun to a celebrity game. Period.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So
Period.
that was out of this world. I mean, Miles Garrett was the Shaquille O'Neal force of the celebrity game, and it was, as a Browns fan, I was almost rooting for him to tear an ACL and just give it all out on the court.
He was going hard though, dude.
He was going so hard, and he wasn't afraid of anyone.
Exactly, dude.
Yeah, and then even him and Tamberi on the same squad having a little bit of that, having a little bit of dunk beef.
They're like
where
Kobe and Shaq, dude. I was
Yeah,
like,
they're
what
like-
the fuck is this?
Wait, no, I won't give you the ball right now, no. And then boom, try for a jam. But I mean, other than that, Quavo did his thing. Jack Harlow.
I thought
played
Quavo
well.
looked pretty soft, dude. He was doing real. I didn't think he was bringing.
I don't
he had
know
a
what
down-
was going on, but he
down-
didn't play
down
very
year.
much either. Like
Yeah.
he had a bunch of guys at his spot, at his position. They were just going harder. Jimmy Smith, country legend. And Alex Toussaint, Peloton legend.
Dude,
We
those
had
two,
all these homies.
dude. What's the country dude's name?
Jimmy Smith.
Jimmy Smith.
Jimmy Allen.
And then there was Kane
Jimmy
Brown on
Allen?
the other spot.
Yeah,
Okay.
Jimmy Allen, right?
Jimmy Allen,
whatever.
Jimmy Allen and
I'm sorry.
Alex Toussaint. They were like a two-guard monster, dude. It was like some fucking dude. They were both like legit, like scoring, like shooting.
Yeah.
Dang.
It was
It was
sick.
crazy.
How did Verjao and Boobie Gibson do?
Booby didn't play.
But
And
we
that's
didn't
why
even play.
I was
Okay.
so upset because like I was really pulling for Team Neek because like I really like Jack Harlow and Jack Harlow, like I'll get into Jack Harlow.
Yeah, he was doing some crazy stuff.
Dude, to have a Garrett,
You like Jack Harlow?
Oh, fuck yeah. Oh,
Do you like
He's
his
out there boarding
Yeah.
and making outlet passes like Wes Unseld, Kevin Love. I did
there's
see a
about
little bit
3
of that
white
action.
rappers that I respect. He's one of them.
Bronson?
Sure. I don't want to get
Marlon
into that.
Craft?
That's not, yeah. We're not talking about white rappers here. They're not worth our time other than Jack Harlow.
It's like Bailey and Jesse taking over.
Yeah. But
Didn't watch the celeb game, so let's talk about white rappers.
No, you guys could you were two of the most trusted voices in my life. You guys are both giving this game high praise. I still have zero desire to watch it.
Yeah, you're real tough, dude.
So
well, yeah, you're real
Great
cool,
job.
dude. Good for you.
Good
Here,
podcasting.
yeah, well done, dude. Way to bury the product we're trying to put over, you shithead.
we've already
Okay.
spent too much time on
No,
this stupid
no,
fucking game that doesn't
dude.
fucking matter for shit.
Yeah, and guess what? We're gonna talk about the dunk contest, which doesn't fucking matter for shit. So what are you talking about, dude?
Okay.
Let me get into what I was trying to talk about, dude.
It's fair.
It was bullshit that Boobie Gibson didn't play because you have an NBA player in there, especially like Varejao. Varejao was like, what do you have? I can't remember his exact time. It was like 12 and 12.
Yeah.
It's like just have a big guy. Just to have a big guy in there who can extend possessions, and it's like because he's there grabbing rebounds, he's not trying,
Mhm.
but it's like he's at least can like give you second chance opportunities to score.
He was the
And
only person on the court that could battle Myles Garrett.
Yeah, and so that was
That's crazy to say.
Yeah,
That's a crazy sentence out loud.
Effed up.
but yeah, so I thought that was kind of a bummer that Boobie Gibson didn't play. I don't even think he took his warm up off because I think that would have greatly helped Team Neek. But I don't know. I was just kind of surprised by how well Team Walton held off Team Neek based on the fact of what Kurt said. Is like Myles Garrett is literally he looked like I forget who I was talking about this. He looked like a different species.
Yeah.
He was because like celebrities are already kind of small. Like him standing next to some of these motherfuckers. Myles Garrett's big by NFL standards,
Mhm.
and he was next to all these like skinny ass celebrities and stuff.
Well, he shreds City too. On top of it, he's not just like a big bulky dude.
Yeah.
He is big and shredded to the max.
Yeah, and so seeing him out there was so cool because like we talked about this before in our All-Star previews. Like we've seen video of him online playing basketball. Like he knows his way around a basketball court. He's not like some star. Like he was missing all those jump shots at the beginning challenge to see who they had that shooting contest between him
Yeah, a
and
bunch of them
Varejao.
short too.
Yeah, he wasn't hitting anything, but he's just such a physical specimen, dude, that it's like, he had some plays that like his highlight tape from like, he has literally a highlight tape from the All-Star game. He had I forget who shot it was, Kurt. I don't know if you remember, literally destroyed a shot.
Yeah.
Like on some fucking Larry Sanders shit.
Dang,
And
shouts out.
like literally he was all over it and he had to elevate for it too.
Yeah.
I
He
think
had
I saw
another
that highlight.
He had another
too.
one where he snatched a rebound, cuffed with one hand, fell out of bounds. He had like 2 dunks. He had like 15 rebounds. He had a windmill dunk right as time expired that was better than Juan Toscano Anderson's windmill dunk in the dunk contest. Like it was authority and it was decent extension. It was like
It was
hot fucking
Effing
dunk.
crazy. Like
And
it
then-
was almost straight all the way around, dude.
And then also, I don't know if you, yeah, fuck it was, dude. It was like an action figure. No points for articulation. Also, Myles Garrett took a fucking charge.
Hot.
Like, how do you not
Is it
respect
true?
that, dude? This motherfucker's taking charges in a celebrity game.
Yeah, I respect that.
How are you
but
not popping for that? And then
it's
also,
a celebrity game.
what's the hurdle? What's the hurdle? Or the
Gianmarco
high jump?
Tamberi. High jump.
Tamberi had a dream shake. He did the literally the rondo, like put the ball out there
Ooh,
and turn around. Dude, they were actually balling, dude. And that Tamberi guy, Kurt's not lying. He was like diving for loose balls and he was like slow to get up because he was literally spent.
Yeah.
And like when they were
bumping knees with
this
people.
is an Olympic athlete who was so worn out from going so hard. I think they said he played 38 of 40 minutes.
Yeah.
He pickpocketed like 3 or 4 people in the backcourt.
Dude.
He dunked it like 3 or 4 times. He was rebounding. It was just an amazing performance, dude. He was so like, it was amazing. It was absolutely just like surreal. And then, I mean, we all saw Jack Harlow stretching like the second half. That motherfucker, first of all, he has a quick release finger roll. I've never seen such a fucking thing, but it's like after I saw that finger roll, I was like, fuck, man, how did I pick him?
Yeah.
But
That's all I can think of.
dude, it's like, but he releases it from down low. It's a quick release from like below his shoulders.
Jeez.
Which is like seeing him on a fast break. But dude, no, but before that though, he hit 2 4-pointers. He was rebounding all game. He was playing hard. What else was there? There was he like Kurt said, there was some Wes Unseld outlet passing he was doing. He was I mean, it was amazing. I don't know if you guys saw, there was also like a relay in between. They did a relay in between like
I didn't
stoppages,
see that.
and that whoever won the relay had a power play for 2 minutes where they had 5 players on the court versus 4. That's such a sweet fucking idea for a celebrity game.
Yeah, I mean
That's fun.
That's
it
cool.
sucks. One thing I'd like to speak to the NBA about though, in terms of the celebrity game rules, is they immediately after Team Neat got the power play, they fouled Team Walton and put Team Walton on the line. And so literally a minute and 30 seconds of their 2-minute power play was killed because the clock's always running in the celebrity game. That was such bullshit. I was like, what the fuck? They should get 2 minutes of power play. Instead, it literally got all killed with like somebody, shooting.
Yeah, they should at least stop the power or no. Yeah.
Stop the clock on free throws when there's a power play or something. I don't know. I would just like to see a little bit more, because like that's just, I think that's kind of BS to the team who earn the power play.
Oh, for sure. Just
like,
instantly kill it like that.
Yeah, I think they could revisit that. And then on top of that, RJ and Kendrick Perkins were on fire the whole fucking night.
Yeah.
RJ, I don't know if you guys heard RJ's joke towards Kendrick Perkins, but like somebody talked about like Kendrick getting out and there's like, you haven't played in 2 years, and RJ's like, you didn't play in the 2 years like before you retired or something like that.
Yeah.
It was like, it was fucking funny. And dude, it was amazing. It was the best celebrity game by 1,000 miles I've ever seen. Like, you in the past, I can't speak for you guys, but I've watched celebrity games for like, oh, maybe we'll see one cool highlight. And I just like getting into All-Star Weekend. Like maybe there'll be a dunk. This was full of dunks, charge taking, dream shakes, laying it all on the floor. Great commentary. We got the mid-game interviews that Kurt talked about where guys are swinging by and talking for a few minutes.
Nice.
Like we had all that. It was literally everything you could ever want in a celebrity game. It was perfect.
That's fair. I mean, I'll bump it up from a 0 out of 10 to like a 3 or 4 out of 10, honestly. I mean, I would like to go back and rewatch it. I know I give it a hard time, but like just scheduling more than anything got in the way of it this time. But I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. I don't know. Kurt, did you have any more thoughts on it? I mean, I can't really add a whole lot to that conversation. So.
Yeah, I mean, it was a rocker. It was really the it was effing sick. Like there's no other words to describe it. Just seeing fucking I mean, even Tiffany Haddish doing the Kevin Hart was working.
She got a bucket
though.
Little... Tiffany Haddish got a bucket. She got
did.
one bucket.
And shouts to Mike and Amy for picking MGK.
He fucking sucked, dude.
Nah.
Was he the most disappointing celebrity in there? Guys? I mean, like expectations, I'm sure were pretty low to start.
My expectations for every single person on the floor is they can't even shoot properly. So, when I see stuff like Jack Harlow and everyone else, I just get popped up to a 30.
Yeah, I will say that he was one of the most famous celebrities, and he didn't perform that well. He's tall and skinny. Like, I don't know. He had a few good looks through him where he was like standing there off an offensive rebound, like just bricking a point blanker. But like, so does Scotty Barnes. So who the fuck knows? Yeah, I don't know. I just think that like in terms of celebrity games, like it literally, I enjoyed it more than anything other than the All-Star game.
I will say on like celebrity games, I always like watching the celebrity games. Like I never go into them like hoping I see like a highlight or somebody perform super well. I just have always found them entertaining and funny and like
exactly.
It's just, like that's why I enjoy them. But it would be cool to see a celebrity game where people are playing hard and you actually see like some people with some talent.
That Olympian was literally busting his dick, like Kurt said. It was like he had his first 10-day and he was trying to get a second 10-day. To like feed his family. That's what it looked like.
Pair of Jordans for that.
Dang.
That's all I'm saying. Stuff you learn from RJ and Kurt.
Yeah.
Dang.
Anyway, it was such a hot. I mean, I would advise watching it if you get a chance because it was that entertaining to me.
Okay.
whatever. But I'm gonna literally fight your ass, Bailey. Fuck you.
It's just a hard sell. It's just never been something that's like.
Yeah, that's why I brought that up, because you were like, the celebrity game's never been your thing. But for me, it's like I've always enjoyed it.
Same.
And it's one of the things I look forward to watching. So that's why there's that difference there. Like
Bailey's been skipping celeb games since high school, 10th grade.
Exactly. This ain't new to me, dog. No, I mean, my issue is like, okay, yeah, it's fine and dandy, but it's like all the joy I have around it is just because it's a part of All-Star Weekend. If you move that up in the schedule a week, I would not ever watch it once. I'm more of the thinking like, it's not necessarily celebrity games bad, but it's just like I would rather see something else at NBA All-Star Weekend than that.
I know, but it's like it's 2 hours of your time in All-Star Weekend. It's like it happens once a year.
Yeah, but like in a vacuum, I literally don't give a fuck about it. That's the issue.
Wow. Fuck
Like, no, I mean, don't like if I see a Jack Harlow highlight on Twitter, I'm like, okay, that's cool. I'll take a peek at it. But it's like, do I really want to sit down and watch 2 hours of that? And he plays, like you mentioned before, he plays in much more competitive arenas than just the celebrity game. But I don't know. It just ain't my cup of tea. I mean, a bunch of no-name celebrities like just running around out there. I mean, I'm like, I will say that.
Alex Toussaint.
Wait, are we about to lose?
Yeah, I'm gonna stop it.
Okay.
Send it to me, Tanner.
Yo, we back. Sorry for the technical difficulties. We've already spent more than enough time on the celebrity game, so I'm taking some executive action here, and we're going to move on to the Rising Stars. Again,
It's the Clorox, dude.
I was lacking on my Friday night All-Star coverage, I guess. So I'll let Tanner and Kurt take the lead yet again on that one. Where do you guys want to jump in?
You want to take it first, C Muscle?
You go ahead.
Well, first I want to ask, what do you guys think of the new format? Seeing it play out, was it?
I think we have differing opinions, so Tanner goes first.
I was really nervous during the first game, just because they were fucking nonchalant, both teams, for about the first 40 points. And, you know, that's a little bit much to only watch like a handful of meaningful possessions, it felt like, especially with like how lackadaisical they were in the first like 40 points. I will say that like it didn't produce, like I'll be honest with you, game one, I was like, I don't feel like I like this really. Like, I think I still would prefer the old format, excuse me. But the new one grew on me as the night wore on. And I think, I don't know if like maybe the first two teams didn't know what to expect, as it was like the first time this has ever happened. But I don't know. I was just a little bit off put by it. And I hate. I can't explain how much I hate that a game can end on a free throw like that with you know, arguably something that could have been called on the ground and they're in the bonus. And it's like, okay, how anticlimactic. The whole point of these Elam endings is to have like LeBron type shots, walk-off shots, not send a motherfucker to the line for 2 free throws.
Yeah, on a 50-50 call. Because what was it? Almost like the rip through one, or like not even the rip through, but he like
and so it was just Desmond Bain shooting free throws, which is like, I don't really care to see that as the ending to a game. And I was frustrated from the start already, because I had a vested interest in Team Barry, I think, because Jalen Greene
Worthy
or Team Worthy.
Did you guys Team Worthy, bro?
Yeah, Team Worthy. And I will say that like Jalen Greene performed well, so like it was looking good if they would have won the game. But I was going to ask you, Kurt, did you see what happened when it was in between the foul by Jalen Suggs on, I think it was Jalen Suggs, maybe it was Cole Anthony, Jalen Suggs on Desmond Bain. James Worthy went over and they caught him on the live mic saying the F word.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was so funny. I thought
that was so sick. Yeah.
So, but yeah. And so that was the first one. I was a little bit nervous. The second one, that felt a little bit better, but it's just like, I don't know. I think I'd rather them just do maybe like the Elam ending with just the traditional,
similar to the All-Star game.
Yeah. So, you know, there weren't a ton of highlights. It was cool. Precious Achua was going fucking beast mode, which was cool. Anthony Edwards didn't play very much, but I don't know. Cole Anthony had a good alley-oop. I don't know. What do you think, Kurt? I'm just rambling at this point.
No, I loved it. I felt like it captured the essence of a classic Rising Stars game in just shorter increments. Like all four teams had a chance to do their thing, be crazy, have the highlights and whatnot. But at the end of the day, for me, I thought it started getting a little better at about 35 points, and then there was a definite shift at 45, where like, okay, everything's hitting the fan now. We gotta lock down. Like, I felt like all four teams handled it very well. Just in comparison to usual, if we were gonna do Elam ending on a Rising Stars game, it's gonna end up looking the same probably as it did here, just because a bunch of young guys, bunch of explosive dudes. Like, one of the coolest things of the night was Jay-Sean Tate ending the game for Team Barry on that
agreed.
wild layup, like just flying through. And of all people, Jay-Sean Tate, the 26-year-old.
It was hot how hard he was going, dude. He was competing all night.
He was the Gianmarco Tamberi.
Yeah,
that even came through in like the 10-minute highlight of that one game. Was like, I looked back and saw his box score and I was like, oh, nothing crazy, but it's like, oh, he was kind of all over the highlight.
He was influencing the game for sure.
Yeah.
Like it seemed like it picked up when like he was the one who was like he was literally setting the tone for that entire team. It was really cool. Yeah, I'm glad you pointed that out. I don't know. I think maybe my expectations were too high with it going to 50. That, like, Kurt, I think, correctly stated that it's like when it got around like 44, 45 points, that's when it's like, okay, fuck. Everybody as hard as you can go. I was hoping that would start around like 35 instead of 45, instead of just being like a couple possessions. And so I think that's probably why I might think that I might prefer just the traditional Rising Stars game with the Elam ending, because if I look at the game in like almost three stages, the first two games, you had like the first 35 points, nobody gave a fuck, right? And that's when you get the highlights. But that's a relatively short amount of time for a rookie game to see highlights, because normally we have, 35, 40 minutes of that where it's like, nobody's really, they're just going up and down, throwing oops and stuff. And so we got 35 points of that. And then you have this like kind of weird period of 35 points to 45 points where they're trying a little bit harder. So there's not really any highlights to be had, but it's also not like, holy fuck, our season.
No, it's gritty dirty for that last 15.
But yeah, I wish there wasn't that in between period of like 35 points to 45 points where it's like, we're going to try a little bit harder so we can completely eliminate all highlights, but also, not try super hard because we're still like not that close. Not to say some highlights didn't happen in that in between. I think even Cole Anthony's alley-oop happened.
Yeah, no, I mean, I thought that there were a few highlight plays, but I can't think of them right now. But
same.
Anyway, I totally get that. I also thought the championship game was effing just. It was it was the come on basketball where it was like the guys were trying hard for dang near the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I mean, like the defense, all of it. I mean, it sucks. Yes, that it ended on a free throw in that instance, but at the same time, like they were playing hard defense, and like Precious Achunwa, he was jacking up threes like he was Ray Allen for a little bit, but at the end of the day, he was down there banging. He was, dude, I don't know. Maybe it's just all a little bit of a drunken stupor, Pat, because I got the dub. But it's at the end of the day, I thought that even though there was less time, I still got everything that I come to the game for, plus more. I actually got like the legit, I want to see what these guys can do. The classic, who are the guys on this team? Who are the people that are going to turn into top mark names in the NBA? And I think, I figured out some of, like, I wasn't too big on Cade Cunningham for a while. After watching that, the guy knows how to run a team, and I can see that. I'm not going to say that it's 1-to-1 with the regular season NBA game, but at least now I have a feeling of like, hey, this guy can handle his shit. And same with Evan Mobley. Like, he was taking weird shots at times, but Dude can handle it. He's poised, and I don't know. I guess I totally see exactly what you're saying. It's just this was one instance where I was cool with it. I wasn't too cool with like the recreating the greatest shots or whatever they did in between games 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Is that shooting challenge they did?
Yeah.
That was Scotty Barnes.
They had to do it, but yeah. But it was still like, what the?
Wait, wasn't it? Yeah, it was or no, no, I don't know. It was Scotty Barnes. That was Friday night. Yeah.
He was on a team.
Yeah, I do want to say
Garland team fucking killed it.
Yeah, I want to say that I think you raised a good point, Kurt, is like I was talking about like games 1 and 2 in terms of like, okay, only the last 5 points counted, but it's like that the championship game, it was like all 25 points mattered, and it was like an extended period of high level intensity, which was so awesome to watch. And that, like you said, Kurt, that's when you can like really start to tell who are the dudes on the teams. Like Precious Achiuwa felt like he was the guy on that team. Like he was physical, he was asserting himself, and he was making things happen. And he was like, I don't know, it was fun. So would you prefer that they keep it that way next year then, or go back?
I'm not opposed. I honestly, like, I know that there's a limited amount of rookies and sophomores, but I wouldn't mind seeing more teams. Like, I wouldn't mind blowing it out a little bit.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Like, I just honestly, I think I was talking to Bailey when in Billings on Saturday about it, but like, it's just fun to watch these young guys. They might be in a role like Kuminga was getting some shots and everything that he's just not going to get for the Warriors. And I was like, all right, fuck yeah. Cool. I like the fact that you're not as scared for us. You're not scared up for a second about what you're doing out there. And that, I don't know. I just really enjoyed it. Even some of the G League guys, man, like they were, I
do want to say,
I joked about it, but
I do want to say Dyson Daniels looked like dog shit.
He did until game 3 when he was starting to turn it on for your boy.
I just wanted to add one thing. I know I didn't watch the game. I've just watched the highlights, poured over the box scores, all that sort of stuff. But I think that we always have this like rose tinted glasses when we look at like the Rising Stars game, where it's like, oh, we have this like highlight factory, and then it inevitably buckles down towards the end. Last few years, that's not been the case. Those games haven't been particularly close. So these shorter, while we get less time actually on court with these young players, I think this format ratcheted up like kind of those high pressure situations, because in the past with the Rising Stars, it was like coin flip. Like some years it would be great down the stretch. Other years it would just be like, oh, they're still just want to be highlight factory at the end in a game that's a total blowout. And it's like highlight factory is not as fun when the score is 170 to 150 or 170 to 140. Like it just feels pointless. So just from a casual fan's perspective, we didn't actually sit and watch all of Friday night. It seems like it could be a step in the right direction. Maybe they need to tweak it and do a couple little things, but
I mean, just to support Tanner's point a little bit here, the one thing we didn't get was like the waiters, Kyrie or Brandon Knight, whoever the case might be. We didn't get the heat check after heat check, and that's always one of my favorite parts about the Rising Stars, is that's the game where you get like heat check after, and these young guys just completely saying, hey, fucking hold my beer, bro, and then going out there and just fucking
the format makes for such short games now that rhythm won't ever really
it's hard
found.
because that's something I feel like it naturally develops once like the flow of the game has been established. It's like guys, it's not like when we play anybody plays basketball, it's like those first few minutes, it's like you're getting up and down the court, you're getting loose, like you're feeling things out, and it's like that takes up a large part of these games to 50. And not so much in the traditional games where it's like, hey, like Kurt said, third quarter, everybody's lathered up. It's like, we're ready to like start attacking and doing these different things. So I don't know, but yeah, I think there's definitely pros and cons to both formats.
What it should do though is it should like encourage, and it sounds like it really didn't, but it should encourage these like younger guys that want their screen time. They want people to see what they can do. Like, you want more minutes, win the game.
Yeah.
You want more minutes, win the game, and you'll play the next game.
Well,
Yeah,
from
that's the
sounds of
problem.
it, it's-
Dyson Daniels had that idea, and he was fucking throwing the ball out of bounds every 3 seconds.
Hey, you watch your fucking mouth talking about him like that.
It sounds from the sounds of it, a few guys did kind of seize that opportunity. It sounds like where they were like, okay, I'm putting like the
Yeah.
Precious Achua and
Yeah,
stuff.
Kurt,
Like,
that's a good question. Kurt, who did you leave most impressed by and least impressed by?
Oh boy, least impressed. I need to think on that just a little bit. I honestly, I was cool with just about everyone. I know that's the least podcast worthy answer I've ever given in my life.
come
where
on,
it's like,
Kurt, have it.
It was
No,
fun.
let me tell you what I
Okay,
did.
Bailey, shut the fuck up. Watch the game, and then you can be in this conversation.
Oh,
Hey. But the thing I mean, like I said, the guys I left impressed with were Cunningham, Chua, freaking, I mean, Jayshawn Tate as a hustle dude. And then
Josh
who was-
Giddey.
I forgot who's the guy. He was on the team with Precious. It was Beef Stew, wasn't it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was going off too. He was just a man
Mhm.
amongst
Yeah.
boys down there.
I mean, that's
So-
beef. That's like his whole thing, though.
Yeah, so it was just cool to see those guys. I mean, Jalen Greene, he was the most all-starry performance.
Motherfucker did exactly what I said he would do.
Yeah, he was just gonna
That
go
was
in there.
funny.
He was gonna shoot 93s wide open. He was gonna make every single one. Like there was nothing that could have been done.
And he got his ass gobbled up on that game-winning attempt,
Yeah,
though.
dude.
So I was like, well, he got too Hollywood. Just
Wasn't
like, go to the basket.
Was that a Chua that was guarding him?
I think it might have been. Yeah, think
I
it
don't
might have
know
been.
exactly, but that was the thing. Is like it was just so awesome to see. Like, even Jalen Suggs and Cole Anthony, like they had some times where like Jalen Suggs missed that free throw. I guess maybe that I hate to be that guy who's like, dude, you missed the free throw in an All-Star game. What am I supposed to expect in round 3 of the playoffs?
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna say that, but that was kind of one of those things. I was like, you're a Gonzaga guy, dude.
He played
and that's
good
the
though,
thing.
didn't he?
Well, no,
Outside
that's
of
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
I don't know. That was the thing. That was my actually answer to the person that kind of disappointed me the most. Is like, I think Bailey, you might have touched on this in the previous episode. Was like, he's kind of been out this whole season. Like, hey, this is a chance for him to kind of hopefully get back on
Mhm.
track and like show out a little bit. But like, he didn't leave a mark on that game in my eyes, other than missing the free throw. And to Kurt's point, he's this Gonzaga guy who like during March Madness, he's hitting all these big shots. He's so clutch. He's such a big moment type of guy. And he's like, okay, he's missing free throws in a meaningless game.
Hey,
And
I mean, he shot 6 of 8 and had 16 points though. 3 of 5 from.
I guess
from 3.
I didn't realize.
Like,
I don't know. It just felt like he didn't leave. They felt
Yeah,
empty to me
It was the All-Star game 16.
Yeah,
It was
gotcha.
like
because
bunch of
Jalen
open
Green.
shots.
Because Jalen Green, I don't know what his final line was, but I felt his points. I was like, "Fuck, they
Yeah.
needed
Yeah,
that
he had
three."
20. Jalen Suggs had 16. Was the second highest in the game, tied with Sadiq Bey.
Interesting. Oh, Sadiq Bey.
Sadiq
He was
Yes.
he looked really good, but I mean, he's a scorer against anybody, so I guess that's not too much. of a
It was
surprise.
effing
Yeah.
sick. I'll shut up, but that was just so.
No,
fun.
did he? Yeah, it was cool. Did he have a green streak in his hair this time instead of yellow?
Yes, he did.
Okay,
Yes, he
that was
did.
pretty sick.
Wait,
That was effing balling.
bro, what are your answers for the questions that you asked Kurt?
Precious
Jalen
Achua,
Suggs.
yeah. Jalen Suggs was the one who let me down. Precious Achua, I think, it's probably a consensus just on how like imposing he was in the championship game. But I will say
Yeah.
one thing that caught me off guard that I was happy to see was LaMelo played fucking hard in his minutes.
Yeah,
He was playing hard, and like I think LaMelo has a reputation just probably from his years as like a junior high or in a high schooler, but that motherfucker plays hard all the time.
Yeah.
and he
yeah.
takes it seriously. He did it in the All-Star game too. I'm sure we'll get to that.
Yeah.
Like
Oh
there was
yeah.
yeah.
That
I'll
was one
save
of the
the
bright
him.
spots. In the,
Yeah, I'll save the him and DeJounte Murray talk until we get to the All-Star game. But like
Ooh.
that motherfucker played hard, and he was like keeping his team alive and playing defense. And I was disappointed that Anthony Edwards. I mean, he didn't even play. He really didn't even play, honestly. Which is I can't fault him for that. But it's like he's the big name out of all these guys aside from LaMelo. So
Yeah, I mean, there's I don't know. He's probably the best player out there other than LaMelo. So yeah, you'd expect more. But I mean, that's why I picked him and it fell flat.
yeah.
Oh well. Do you guys want to move over to Saturday night stuff?
Yeah, just timing wise though, I think a shorter segment might work here. I want to ask you guys if you watched it or caught any of the scuttlebutt on the T-Mac versus AI versus.
Kurt and I tried to find that and
Yeah.
it was just hard to find on YouTube. We were trying to watch.
Oh,
it on
really?
Sunday
Dang.
before the
All I
game,
found
yeah.
was reaction videos. And I
Oh,
was gonna
darn.
watch someone else telling me, "Oh, dude, that was a sick crossover." Like, that it was.
Well, I don't want to. I don't want to.
What even was that?
Well, you guys are familiar with like the rap verses, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. It was like that. It was like a collaboration between that and Bleacher Report, but with T-Mac highlights versus AI highlights.
Dang.
And I will say that, like, okay, I guess I'll just go in kind of a little rant. I'll try and keep it short, but I think the idea is really cool, but the execution was so cringy and so just like it was hard at times. Like Fat Joe was out there mispronouncing names of players in the highlights. He thought that Michael Finley played for like. There was one highlight that T-Mac did on. It was against the Bucks. He like dunked it on Tim Thomas. And Fat Joe was like, "Was that Michael Finley?" I was like, "Michael Finley never played for the Bucks there, Fat Joe." And he was like, he mispronounced Stojakovic. I can't even remember how he like called him Stojakovic or like he was fucking it all
tuned in for that.
Well, yeah, it's like pretty simple. Just don't have like Fat Joe do that.
Also, like
why is he even there? It's in Cleveland, right?
Yeah,
like,
and
why is he there?
He performed at like the they did like this pop-up NBA Jam pop-up shop with Michelob.
Yeah, I saw that
too. Yeah. So I don't know if he got like paid to do that and he was in town, so he did this too. But like, so Shaq, Taylor Rooks, like that female reporter, and Fat Joe, they were kind of like the three hosts, and then T-Mac and AI were just sitting on thrones on the stage. And apparently, I don't know how true this is or not, but what they were trying to say was like, hey, T-Mac and AI, they each picked out their own highlights and they went like toe to toe with their highlights. And like, it's just, I mean, we love, the three of us are especially like the type that like 2000 hoops. And so seeing T-Mac and AI in their prime, they're just, I'd never get tired of watching their highlights from like their rookie years. And like,
for
so
sure.
They basically just went like after the first. Oh, they brought Guy Fieri on stage. I was like, "What the fuck is this?" And so like for the first 15, it was an hour long. The first 15 minutes were pretty shit because it was just like Fat Joe comes out. He said like, I don't even know if I should say it on the podcast, but well, we've said a lot of politically incorrect stuff on this podcast. But MIDGET. He said that. I thought that was like an off limits word.
Oh,
it is.
Yeah. He called somebody that in the crowd, or I don't know. He said the word though. I remember him saying the word. I was like, "Whoa, shit!" The NBA. I don't know if they would like that.
That's fine, dude.
Anyway,
fine.
They were cussing and stuff. Though Shaq was up there, and so they brought him out. And I mean, I think it was worthwhile just to see fucking AI and T-Mac in the same spot because those are literally two of the. If you're doing like an all-time top five for the culture all-stars. It's fucking AI at point guard or like AI shooting guard and T-Mac at small forward, if we're being real, in terms of like influence and like impact on generations to follow. And so watching those two just like tell them they love each other and like they appreciate each other and like going over their highlights and stuff. And like, it was cool. And like,
a side note, did you guys see AI's quote about T-Mac being snubbed from the 75?
He said that on the stage. Yeah, he's like,
he literally said, "How the fuck is he not in the 75?"
Yeah.
He went on. AI went on like a little rant about T-Mac not being in 75. But I will say,
Jeff Van Gundy had similar things to say. He's like, he wouldn't have even been near the back end. He would have been in the middle section of the top 75 players ever.
Well, yeah, it's crazy when you think about some of the players.
I'll talk more on that when we get to that point.
Yeah, it's crazy when you think about some of the top 75. And I'm not even talking about the old players. I like having a lot of representation with the older players. But I'm talking about some of the modern players that made it in over T-Mac. It makes me sick to my stomach.
Yeah.
But anyway, to kind of wrap it up, like they didn't really declare a winner, but or maybe they did, and I just blacked out and don't remember. But they kind of.
That's not what it's about at all.
Yeah,
really.
yeah. This is literally for the culture.
It's an appreciation for those two players.
Yeah, and so they did 10 highlights apiece, taking turns. Like AI would show a highlight. And it was cool. They play like sweet music to it. So it was like a highly produced like YouTube mix of some of these highlights. And so, but I will say, I think T-Mac. So how it was set up was 10 highlights a piece, and then they each pick kind of like their master highlight. And I think T-Mac won the round of 10. T-Mac has some highlights that are fucking insane.
Yeah.
And there's no other way to put it. And so, but then obviously it was hard to beat AI because his like crown highlight was him stepping over T. Lou.
Yeah. What did T-Mac pick for his crown highlight?
I think
was it his dunk on Bradley?
No, that he didn't even put that in his mix. Yeah, which was crazy. He put I wonder if it's because Sean Bradley's he had that bike accident. He's really hurt right now. I wonder if it was just trying to avoid that.
Good point.
But I believe it was the 13 and 35.
Which
makes sense. But you can't beat Iverson stepping over Tyronn Lue is one of the most
Oh, my
iconic things
God.
of all time.
Yeah.
But T-Max 10 there were some in there that I've never seen. There were a couple in there I don't think I'd ever seen. And then there's some that I forgot. There was one in particular that I loved so much where he had Sean Livingston in the post and he was on the Rockets. They were wearing throwbacks. He had the headband down, pulled over the ears. And he had Sean Livingston in the mid post and he had the ball. He dribbled it behind his back in front of Sean Livingston while he was posted up. And then turned around, shot a fadeaway pure net. I was just like, T-Max got a big old hog on him, pulling a move like that against a good defender. I was like, what a legend.
Disrespect right there is
And he had
unreal.
some sick crossovers in there too. It's like, and then obviously Raptors T-Mac. We're gonna have to do a deep dive podcast on the 2000 dunk contest because I rewatched that and I have some thoughts on who deserves to win that. I have some controversial opinions about Vince's dunks compared to T-Mac's dunks. But that's for another time and place. But anyway, I've talked way too long about this.
Let's make it clear.
versus
I'm
battle.
the T-Mac fan. I'm like, let's make it
I'm
clear.
the
Well,
guy.
Well, this is the thing is like I like to go back and like turn back or peel back the curtain. Like Vince Carter was my favorite player for a time when I was young, and Jesse's was T-Mac, and so I'm not biased towards T-Mac. I think as I've grown older, I like T-Mac more than Vince Carter now. But like, anyway, we'll save that for another day. That'll be a teaser. But yeah, that's it. I don't know. Do you guys plan on watching the verses, or what do you think? Like, it's a cool idea. I wish they would have executed it better, and it wouldn't have been as like
I'll probably watch it.
commercialized and like
It's T-Mac.
just seeing T-Mac talking exist or AI talking exist is like
Just looking at how fucking attractive he is with his goatee. Yeah, I'll watch it.
yeah
Easy
yeah.
peasy.
True.
Yeah.
Easy peasy. Well, crap. Yeah, let's get into All-Star Saturday night.
All right, let's
We'll
do
just
it.
go chronological.
All right, let's go ahead and take a quick potty break.
Oh yeah.
All right, we'll be back in a sec.
I don't know why the emails were taking. Never mind.
All right, so we're going to jump into the All-Star Saturday night events, starting with the Taco Bell Skills Challenge. And this is where I was able to actually watch some stuff. Thank you to Kurt to see Muscle making that happen.
We're not
Appreciate
worthy.
But yeah, no, I mean, to me, the Skills Challenge was the highlight of Saturday night for me. So I don't know if that's a compliment to the Skills Challenge or me dissing on the other two events, but what were your guys' thoughts? Did you guys like the new format and stuff?
I don't know. I was at work.
Noise.
Bailey, you take it away. You haven't.
Yeah.
Kurt and I have
I'm a
been.
host. I just asked the question. I'll get my
All
2
right.
cents in.
All right, go for
Ask
it,
you
Kurt.
fuckers a
I talked
question.
a lot about T-Mac AI.
Dude, punish me, B-man. I loved it. I thought it was more of it was my favorite, not because the 3-point competition was lacking, because I don't know. I don't want to absolutely crap all over the dunk, because I think those guys, they were trying, like,
Yeah.
well, what do you expect when you get want to
Hey,
spike? I'll stop there with that.
questions on the Skills Challenge, Cosmic.
I know. That's
Stay
why I
on
was about to
point.
fucking
Keep
do
it
you.
tight. Keep it tight.
You
Yeah.
keep it tight, motherfucker. So the
What'd you think of the Skills Challenge? Well, dunk contest was all right. It's all right.
all right,
Like, fuck you.
all
You
right.
win- just because you win the All-Star Weekend Challenge, you think you can come in here and make the rules on the fucking
Jesse
pod. I get it.
The
Sorry, guys.
screen, bruh. Quit yelling at me. All right.
Wait. Were you just talking about me?
Yeah, I
No.
just did.
No.
I'm sorry. I just ate Thai food and it was super fucking spicy and I had to go blow my nose.
All right.
Dude. You come
But
prepared,
anywho,
dude.
I think that format's sick. We need more than 3 teams. Yeah, I was happy the hometown boys pulled it out. Not just because I
Mhm.
picked them, but because it was a sick
Fun to
group of
watch.
dudes. Yeah,
Mhm.
it was just fun to watch. And to the Coop Bros, also awesome. Yeah, I don't know. I just think there's some other things I would like to see too. Like, I want to see if they can come up with some other events to fit inside of that
Yeah.
bigger umbrella.
Yeah.
Can
It
I-
seemed
can
like
I
a
talk
really
for a
good
minute?
starting point. Sure, go ahead. Go ahead.
The skills challenge has always been a little bit boring for me, so I'm glad they switched up the format. I think the next one they need to switch up is the 3-point contest. It's boring. I don't like watching it. It's
Whoa, that's a hot take.
boring.
That's a hot
It's just dudes
Mm.
shooting threes. They added big men. Whoop-de-doo. But I also want to add, like, Josh Giddey was in the Rising Stars. Dude, I'm a Josh Giddey guy. I wouldn't say I'm a fan of him, like super hardcore, but he was also in the skills challenge. I put all my chips in Josh Giddey, didn't work out. But
Picked
dude,
the wrong dude.
I gotta plug Josh Giddey, dude. I think he's
That sounds
the
like a
new Luke.
legit fan, dude. That doesn't sound like a
Seriously.
I apologize. You're
Hey,
a legit fan, dude.
I'm not a huge Giddy guy, but like, fuck, yo.
Like, check him on my Insta.
No, but I'm saying, like, we all collect cards, right?
Mhm.
I think Josh Giddey's gonna go the way of Luca, dude. I think his cards are gonna go. Not to be,
I don't know if-
I
I
can't
don't know
even say it.
I don't know if he'll hit those high.
He's not going to hit those numbers, but I think of this rookie class, Josh Giddey is going to be the card value guy.
Yeah, I haven't kept tabs on it much, but yeah, I don't know.
That's all I wanted to
Yeah.
plug. Skills challenge has always been boring. I'm glad this just the format up.
Not even, dude. All I know is the rookies were trying to be way too sexy, Josh Giddey included. They were trying to be Mr. Cool, Mr. Smooth. That's why they lost. So
He
fuck
was looking
'em.
like Chalamet in that pitch.
Yeah. Bro, what did you think of the format? Do you like the changes they made? The tweaks?
I'm okay with it, but it definitely needs a lot of
Refining.
tweaking. Yeah, like because like you said, I don't think there should-
Tiebreakers.
the tiebreaker. Let's talk about that. It's unacceptable. They even discussed it on air. It should be each team chooses one guy to run through the relay,
Mhm.
and whoever has the quickest time. It shouldn't be a shoot off.
Yeah,
I
that is
mean,
the
and I
most
might just be
no-brainer.
upset because I picked the Antetokounmpos, but and I
think
also
the relay
think,
is the dumbest part about the fucking thing.
J-Man,
are you
Dude.
high?
calm down.
Dude,
Dude, I'm sorry. You don't like the celebrity game, Bailey? Don't throw shade at me for not liking the skills challenge.
You're hating on the skills challenge and the 3-point. Those are holy shit.
The 3-point contest is just dudes shooting threes.
Better than the slam
Dude.
dunk.
Dude, I can't believe you don't like the
Reggie.
relay. That's so much fun. I literally dream about.
I
want to
do that in my
myself.
life. Yeah.
But I want to say that I think it sucks that there's a format where guys cannot give a fuck or like be too cool like the rookies and still beat a team that is literally going all the fuck out based on shooting. And so that's exactly how it happened because the Antetokounmpos were going as hard as they fucking
It's a
could.
skills challenge, though.
I know, but it's not just a shooting challenge. It's a skills challenge. And so how
Yeah.
if
Pass,
you're
shoot,
hot-
dribble, 3 essential skills. You have to be able to do those are the 3
Yeah,
essential skills
exactly.
of basketball.
And so if one team is better at 2 of them, I think they should advance.
Were they?
Dude, because they didn't properly penalize the rookies for the relay.
Yeah, don't get me
Garland
wrong.
was
Like,
the one making the shot anywho. It was Garland v. Antetokounmpos.
mhm.
I guess it was just hard to watch I guess I just have a sour taste in my mouth because watching the rookies shoot and just kind of like lollygag around and watching Giannis literally, it was like game 7 of the fucking finals, him going back and forth between those spots, which again, I don't think we'd expect anything less from any of the Antetokounmpos. They were all literally sprinting from their spots, which is like makes you just want to freaking explode.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. Like that's the risk you take. It like it is the skills challenge. Like I understand that like the shooting. I mean, they try to do like a shooting challenge, right? A passing challenge, and then like somewhat of a dribbling challenge with the relay. It's like, I'm sorry, you guys fucking are terrible at one of
Yeah,
the essential
I
skills
just-
of basketball.
I
You ain't
just-
gonna win.
I know, but that's the thing is like if I mean we could talk more about this, but it's like if somebody is I just think that the
They
shooting
should work on their jump shooting.
yeah, of course. Okay, don't do hack a Shaq. Shaq learn how to shoot free throws. Like you can say that, but guess what? It's like it'd be nice if shooting didn't. If you couldn't shoot, that shouldn't completely prohibit you from winning because there are other skills in the skills challenge.
Yeah.
That's my thought, and that's exactly what happened because I wish I could have sat down and fucking talked with the Antetokounmpos and been like, motherfucker. Don't follow through and look at it. Just chuck the. I mean, they were even saying on the broadcast, just throw the motherfuckers at the rim and keep going.
Oh yeah,
like-
like the shooting in the relay.
Yeah, and it was like painful when somebody shoot like that floater before he went over to the corner and shot that effing windmill 3, where it's
Yeah.
like they'd shoot the floater and it'd like hover on the rim and be like, no, it's like
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like
Yeah.
and just like keep moving. And I don't know. And then the last thing I'll say, because I'm not shutting the fuck up, but I'm very passionate about All-Star Weekend. The passing was stupid. The passing was so
They
stupid.
need to do something way more intuitive or smart than that. That just seemed like such a dog.
And it wasn't,
part of it.
dude. It wasn't even like I get that. Like it was like it seemed confusing with like you can't pass in the same one twice in a row, so you got to move around, which I like that. But it's like just how it was set up and how it was just like everybody was hitting the passes. The fucking receptacles you were throwing the balls into were the size of the goddamn ocean. So it's like
no, what they need to do is just do like a skee ball. Each player gets like a certain amount of passes. There's like a 50-point target that's like just barely bigger than a basketball, something like that. Not this like
that'd be fun. Yeah, but there was just three gargantuan effing holes, and they're just like taking turns, literally like throwing fucking Nolan Ryan fastballs into them. Like that's not passing.
Well, yeah, the by the end of it, I think Jarrett Allen was legitimately
like
throwing them
overhanded.
dodgeball style. And it's
Yeah,
like, okay,
what the fuck is this?
yeah,
And that's
yeah.
gonna be somebody who can't shoot. I'm like, fuck this.
Yeah, that's fair. I would agree. Some tweaks need to be made. Those
And then-
tiebreakers, tighten the screws on the obstacle course. Some of those, like the dribbling, it seemed
Yeah.
like those were just too wide. It was like
And
awkward. They were too condensed and too far apart wide. So every player got like confused on it. It was just like,
Yeah, they
make
need to
the
make
shit
it.
look like basketball at least.
Yeah, make it less confusing. But also, I like the elements. I like dribbling around things. I like passing. I like shooting. I want all that, like from the skills challenge of years past. But yeah, I think that there's a lot of refinement that could make it a lot better. And I think the half court shooting's cool, but I would like it to come down to a relay, honestly, because the relay is like, oh fuck.
Yeah, they should put the half court shot somewhere into the shooting as like, if you hit that one, you can like.
Or
I
my thought was this. I had this thought the other. I was like, thinking about the All-Star Weekend, and I was like, what if they had like the two winning teams? Like, so they had just like they did. They had the rookies, they had the Cavs, and they were shooting half court shots. What if I think it would be way more fun if they did that at the same time. So like they could have one team shooting on a hoop this way, one team shooting on a hoop this way, and all three members of the team have to make the half court shot.
Dang,
And
that
so
could get
like,
long though. Like
I
that
don't
could
think
get
so.
really
Good.
long.
What,
You know,
it'd take a minute? It'd take a minute. It took what, 10 seconds and 5 seconds? It's the NBA players, dude. They hit.
All I'm
we've
gonna
seen
say
in
is
shooting
it'll-
contests from the past, dude. If it takes a minute and a half, it takes a minute and a half.
All right, it just might get weird if there's two like dudes who just are not hitting them. How
don't know.
long do you think it goes? 2 minutes? Like when is
Even
it?
if it does, dude, it's
All right.
like 2 minutes. Like it's better. It's 5 seconds felt too short to me.
Yeah, that's
For
true.
like all the marbles are on this. Okay, Evan Mobley hits his first half quarter. I'm like,
Well, because the rookies went first, right? And they got it in just under
10
10 or
seconds.
just over
Yeah.
10. It was
Like
like
9
okay,
point
that's
something.
impossible to beat.
yeah,
Like,
and then Evan Mobley's just like cash. So it's like have them all make that, because then you can have this pressure mounting where like the first two guys on one team have made it and the other guy just can't put one down and the other team's behind, but they're coming back because they have a couple makes and like the other guy's feeling the pressure. It's like a game of lightning almost, or knockout, or whatever you want to call it.
yeah, but I don't know. I'm just worried, and we'll get into this with the dunk contest, but like the Cole Anthony stuff of like, and I get there's probably going to be drama inherently in a half court like shoot off like that, but like, I don't know. You can really kill the momentum of Saturday night if you're not
Cole
careful.
Anthony single-handedly
Yeah,
killed
I
the
mean,
dunk contest before it even started.
he took that, he flatlined that bitch. I mean, it was pretty rough. Not a great way to kick it off. But anyways, I don't know. I the way you guys talk about like the celeb game, that's how I feel about the skills challenge. How it's just like that to me feels like, I don't know, like the fun, like not too serious event of All-Star Weekend. Like, I don't know. I always have a soft spot for skills challenger and the shooting star, the formerly the shooting star. So it's kind of cool that we got to see a little bit of that in there.
Yeah.
Do you guys have anything else you wanted to say on the skills challenge? I mean, it's kind of straightforward. I think we're all in agreement. Couple tweaks.
I think we all just need to say we need to give a round of applause to the Antetokounmpos for how they sprinted through the fucking shooting contest. That was absolutely absurd.
All for nothing. Make a like you're an NBA player. Make a
Even
goddamn
if
jumper.
it was, dude, how fun was that to watch them literally?
It was.
Alex is
cool.
G League, dude. Give him a break. Jesus.
Yeah. Calm down. He hit a 5-pointer too, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
He hit his first shot. I was like, fuck yeah, baby.
Yeah. You guys are, I don't know. It's funny. It's funny how you guys look at that one, especially you, bro.
What do you mean?
Just like the thing that's the like, I don't know. Just always rooting for like the hustle guys. It's a skills challenge. They're obviously they're gonna lose that shit.
It wasn't so obvious they could have fucking won. So
Well, they got third place, so you tell me.
yeah, they tied for second and had a bullshit tiebreaker that favored only one skill. So it's a skills challenge. No, I thought it was a shooting challenge.
I still think the way they counted the passing competition, that felt rigged like a motherfucker.
Dude, the Cavs were just freaking boom, boom, boom. And then there's like
Yeah.
50 points. I was like, what the?
Yeah, then they got slaughtered by I was like,
Yeah,
this
how can they
can't
even
be
keep
right.
track of that shit? Yeah,
Yeah.
the passing was just sorry as fuck.
Yeah, and that seems so easy to fix too. I don't know. There's a million ways they could skin that, and they picked the worst fucking one somehow.
Shout out to trying something different though, and like
they gave it a shot. They'll be better next time.
And also too, like not being scared to do something. Like imagine sitting down in a room, like being in those management meetings, and somebody's like, no, this is way too confusing. We can't make it this complicated. It's like I appreciate them trying to do something that's just like this is going to be complicated, but we want to make this fun and like very looking at multiple skills in multiple ways, and like so what if I don't know,
Plus collaborative like with your teammates and stuff.
Yeah, I appreciated the effort they put in. So shout out to the NBA.
Yeah, that was a step in the right direction, but needs refinement.
But then again, at the same time, I've never been mad at the skills challenge, no matter what it was, no matter what iteration, teams, big guy versus small, not matchups back in the day when it was like D-Wade winning the shit. It's like it's always fun every time.
Yeah. I don't know. J-Man, I'm surprised you're not a big fan of the skills challenge. I get that it's kind of like the redheaded stepchild on Saturday night or whatever, but to me, it's like it's so low event. Stakes. It's just like whatever. It's just fun. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hey, I can't criticize too much. I mean, I said some pretty heinous shit about celebrity games, so
yeah, you should actually be embarrassed.
It just has never captivated me like other events have.
Yeah,
but
it's like the ceiling is so much lower on that one.
Yeah,
but also the floor I feel like is higher. Like, it can't.
Yeah, look at this year's dunk contest, dude.
Yeah,
Jesus
exactly.
Christ.
That was in the basement.
That's a floor.
Yeah, that was rough.
Speaking of, let's start talking about the dunk contest.
No, 3-point.
Oh,
next.
we ain't skipping.
Oh,
3 point. Nice
3
try,
point.
partner.
3-point next. I mean, there's.
No, you don't want to talk about the shit.
I mean, I guess we'll start with the same thing. I mean, they had like the do zone shots they added, those slightly longer threes.
What do you
on
think
the,
about those, bro? Give us your thoughts.
I mean, again, like this is J-Man, you're not going to want to hear this, but I wanted to just go back to 5 racks, 5 balls per rack, 5 money balls, last shot on each rack. Just the most. I just think
back to the essence.
Yeah, I just think there's inherent drama in that'll never really get old. Of like somebody like, oh, this guy has to hit his next 7, and then he's like, oh my god, he might actually do it. Like, to me, that you don't really need to add a whole lot to that. And I don't know how you like. I don't know. They try to spice up the 3-point, but it just seems like, oh, there's more points available. It's like that doesn't really do a whole lot to actually spice it up. It feels like a pretty cheap way of doing that. But no, I mean, as far as like the competition went, I thought it was relatively entertaining, probably pretty average for a 3-point shootout. It's cool to see Cat get a win. Especially cool to see him wearing his mom's chain.
That was cool.
That was really cool. Couple guys were pretty disappointing. Fred VanVleet to name one, but no, it was, I don't know. I was mildly entertained by the 3-point. It was not the best I've seen, but
so here's my thoughts. And this is like 2-part. It is I don't want to say like shame on, but I wish there was a different culture in the NBA where they took a little bit more pride in All-Star Weekend. I want to see the best 3-point shooters in the NBA in the 3-point contest.
I don't give a shit. That happens all the time.
I don't give a shit if Steph wins every year. He needs to be in the 3-point contest every year. I want to see the best. I want to see the best dunkers in the dunk contest. Like, they're doing this like whole rising stars with the younger guys, and it's great. It's getting them publicity. That's fine. But I wish there was more pride that people wanted to be involved in these. Like,
yeah,
I want to see the best of the best in every.
Well, I think the best of the best do take part in the 3-point shootout for
not
90%.
always.
A lot of the time though.
How often do you see Kevin Durant in there?
Okay, aside from maybe 1 or 2 stars, but like the dunk contest is an issue. But I don't ever look at the 3-point field and be like, whoa, fuck, no shooters this year.
Yeah, but I see like you want the star power on top of it. You want like Steph versus like KD versus like
Clay.
I ain't gonna be mad if Steph and Clay have done it a shit ton though.
That's fine, but they're still the best in the NBA at shooting threes. I want to see them in there.
Yeah. So would you rather see if they? I mean, it's a pretty simple question. Would you rather see like Luke Kennard in there or Kevin Durant? I think
Luke
everybody would
Kennard-
pick.
Yeah,
Kevin
okay,
Durant.
but guess what? Luke Kennard earned it this year with his shooting.
Yeah, that's fair, but like, it's All-Star weekend. Like, I totally see what you're saying, Jay, man. Like sometimes you just want the star power, especially in like a shooting competition. Like
But there's always
not
there's
even
always
star power.
stars.
we know
Not
that,
even
but like,
star power.
I'm sorry,
Like-
I'd rather see Steph than Vashawn Leonard.
Yeah, but guess what? So what? Trey Young isn't good enough for you. Cat isn't good enough for you. Devin Booker.
No, I
isn't good
think
enough for
those
you?
guys-
Here's the deal.
Levine.
I'm not saying I want to see the NBA All-Stars because Giannis is an All-Star. Do I want to see him in the three-point contest? No, that would be terrible. I want to see the best three-point shooters, and some of your best three-point shooters are not All-Stars. That being said, Steph Curry needs to be in there. Klay Thompson needs to be in there, even if he's been injured all year long. He's one of the best three-point shooters in the league. Durant, I'd love to see him in there. I'd love to see not big men just for the sake of having big men in there.
Yeah, I mean,
Earn
Cat
it with your
deserves to get
stats.
there.
Cat, I mean, Cat
Exactly.
earned it,
Okay. Exactly.
Yeah,
and
Cat
just like Luke
deserves to be
Kennard.
there.
Like, what the fuck? He earned it. So we're just going to keep him out because he's not a big enough name?
No, that's
No,
fair, but it's just like
I literally just made the opposite point of that. I literally just made, I want to see the best three-point shooters in there, regardless of whether they're all-stars or not. The best three-point shooters.
I know, but like,
there
if we
are
look
some all-stars like Steph Curry, who is the best three-point shooter in the NBA, wasn't in there. I don't care if he wins every year.
No, but I'm saying though is like, what does I'm trying to pull up the 3-point percentage.
well, yeah, but like Luke
this year,
Kennard
it's like-
shoots different threes than like
I know,
a
but I
primary
don't-
ball handler on a team.
I know,
So
I
it's
understand
like,
that, but I'm not keeping Luke Kennard out here just because Steph Curry's got a rep, just because Steph Curry's the greatest shooter of all time. Luke Kennard belongs in this contest this year.
Yeah, he's shooting like I think he's first or second in the league in 3-point
Exactly. So
percentage.
that's to our
But-
point. He deserves to be there more than anybody.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm not
but like,
saying he doesn't. I'm not
Okay.
saying he doesn't.
who would you get more excited to see though? Like Donovan Mitchell or pick another guy on the list, not Luke Kennard, because obviously you don't want to be moved off that one.
No,
but like
that's the thing. I'm not ever going to think about the 3-point shootout with that mindset. It's like they always have a good balance of stars who can really shoot and guys who deserve to be there. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, this guy shot 20% percent points less and he's more of a star, so I want him in because he's still a really good 3-point shooter, but he's more of a star. It's like, no. I think the NBA, I've never been let down by the NBA 3-point shootout field. And to my memory, it's like they usually have really good players and the players who deserve to be there because they've earned it.
that's
in my
fair. But
opinion.
like I don't know.
I didn't see this
think
shit. Dude, this year had 4 all-stars in it. I ain't
Yeah.
mad at that.
Levine, Cat, Fred VanVleet, Trey Young.
McCollum's all-star level, like there are good fucking players in there.
Again, but it's like if you were to ask me, would I rather see it with Clay, Steph, KD? Yeah, I would every year because those are the best shooters of their era.
All right. Well,
Like-
so it isn't merit-based like Clay's missed the whole fucking season.
Okay, take him out this year then.
Yeah.
KD's hurt. So what? You guys wanted Steph? What are we complaining about here?
I think that ultimately this is just like we can probably all agree on like it would be nice to see the stars, but it could easily turn into a grass is always greener type thing where hey, it's Clay, it's Steph, it's KD, it's like I'm not trying to point one way or another here, but like we could get that where it's every one of the greatest, LeBron's in there, whoever, and it's just year after year after year, and then all of a sudden it just whether it would all just be dependent on if they get beef with one another at that point if we just kept going with stars. And I think that having what it is right now where there's some star power, it's not A plus, you don't get Steph all the time, you don't get but we get enough, plus you get guys who are feeling like a Luke Kennard type or even a Patty Mills, who the guy's a good shooter. It's not like he went out there and just absolutely shat the bed.
No, he
should have been in the finals.
Yeah, they pick a lot of guys who are around that like 40% 3-point percentage.
No, but like hear me out. So Jesse and Bailey, this is a question for you. Would you be more satisfied if they said right now in 2026, this is going to be the 3-point shootout lineup? It's going to be Steph, Clay, KD.
Say 2026 or
Yeah,
2020.
2026.
Why
you
would
guys
you
said
pick that year?
Because you guys said you always want to see. No, I'm serious. This is a serious question. You guys always want to see the elite shooters, no matter how they're doing, no matter what else is going on in the league. I want to see Steph. I want to see
But
Clay.
it needs to be merit based. It needs to be how they're shooting. Like if you have somebody that's having a super fire year, and what I will say, because this maybe clear some stuff up, the 3-point contest is usually one of the better ones where they pick people that do generally deserve to be in there. Okay, clear some of that up. But they exclude, and I don't know if it's the NBA saying,
It's
hey,
probably
we're
the
give
players
other guys
that
a
make
chance,
the
or the
choice.
players. I just wish there was like, but there is some gimmicky stuff. This goes back to the skills challenge. I want to see whatever challenges they're doing. I want to see the NBA make a determination. We think these players are the best at this, and I want to see those players. I don't want to see gimmicky stuff like this is Team Cavaliers, this is Team Rookies. So let's find 3 rookies. I want to see the best of the best at whatever they're doing.
Yeah,
that's what I want to see.
All I'm saying is like if we're not going to put Steph in there every year, this would be a year he doesn't deserve to be in there. I have it up right now. He's 55th in the league in 3-point field goal percentage. And so, okay, he's the greatest shooter of all time.
But we're not going to look at type of shot quality. Like, I'm sorry, but shooting an off the dribble 3 when you're getting like double and triple teamed like Steph usually does is a different shot quality than Luke Kennard.
Yeah,
so if we're just going to look at one metric and say, okay, the guy who stands then PJ Tucker, throw him in there.
Yeah, I would have liked to see PJ Tucker in there.
All right,
like
I don't.
The 3-point shootout isn't a running off screen shooting threes. It's a 3-point shootout, and guys who earn it, I think, deserve the right to be in there. Especially since Steph's been in there, 4 or 5 times?
Yeah, but it's like, what is earning it? Are you only looking at 3-point percentage?
No, Luke Kennard shot 300 threes, and he's shooting 450. He deserves to be in there.
Can I just say that it seems I'm in a room of folks who are anti-do zone, and I am pro-do zone. And let me say why. I see you shaking your head with your mic over there, Cinco Tan man. All right, hold your phone. Here's why. You, J-Man, Bailey, you guys, both on the record. It would be cool to see stars hit in these events. You want to know who makes those types of shots? Stars. All right, that's a determination. Now the whole Moneyball rack, get the fuck out of here. You know, get back to the basics. But I'm fine with that do zone just having, even if it would be just be one like right behind, like actually on the logo, like right behind the center rack at the top of the key. Like even if it was just that, and you just got one long 3 out of it. I mean the game is kind of moving towards that in a way, where you get more of those types of shots. And while it's not. I completely understand the push against because of tradition. There's a part of me I'm fine with that. Like the Moneyball stuff, it's a whole different conversation for me. But if we need a different brand, we could talk to Taco Bell and make it the Baja Blast. You know, I mean,
the Baja Blast zone.
Then again, that sounds a little weird.
Not even, dude. Not even.
Go to the blast zone, dude. But I just I think that overall, like I always like the 3-point shootout. It's always something that is that I'm drawn to, and I'm fine with the adding the longer 3, at least in that it screws up the flow a little bit. So
yeah. Even some of the contestants were kind of like,
yeah. And I wouldn't be sad to see it go, but I'm not gonna sit here and just completely say that I don't enjoy it, because there is that sick reptilian part of me that does be like, yeah, this shit's kind of fun,
Down for that.
I guess just want to pull at least put that out in the ether so that S Ambush can hit me up on the talk.
But no, I mean, moral of the story: Tanner wants PJ Tucker, Luke Kennard, Grant Williams, Doug McDermott. I want Steph,
you're real
KD.
funny, dude. You're real funny, dude.
I don't know what's so crazy about that.
Yeah, you're so funny.
I'm just kidding. Obviously,
dude.
they do a great job balancing that every year.
I looked up. Steph's been in 3-point shootouts 7 times.
And the reason
I'm okay without a year with him being in it.
Well,
okay.
it's probably because he doesn't
not
want
mad
to
at
be in
it.
there.
Exactly. And I ain't mad. It's like, oh, fuck, 3-point shootout this year sucked. Steph wasn't in it. It's like, no, the 3-point shootout is just fine with or without him.
I just don't like, not to get too far down the road like we already are, but I just think it's cool to see stars in there. That's literally the only point I was trying to
agree.
make.
And there were,
so,
and I agree. And I think there were a good amount of stars in it this year.
yeah, I didn't realize we were going to get so caught in the weeds of that. I mean, it was a pretty.
That's
I
what
mean,
this
we've
is
talked
about.
longer
It's
than
basketball,
the whole
dog.
than the freaking 3-point or the 3-point competition took. We've already talked about.
No,
So,
I would like to. Go ahead, Jesse.
Like just how passionately I'm talking about this. Like, and I'll reiterate. I think the 3-point contest does better than any other event of getting the people that deserve to be in there. By his stats, does Steph deserve to be in there this year? Based on his field goal percentage, 3, probably not. Based on his made threes, probably. It depends on how you look at it. I would hate to see the 3-point contest go the way of gimmicky stuff where it's like we have to have half the field be big.
Bigs,
versus,
bigs
like,
versus yeah.
Don't do that.
I don't want to see that.
I agree.
I want to see, and I don't even care about star power. Giannis is an all-star. Do I want to see him in 3-point contest? No. I want to see the people that deserve to be in 3-point contest be in there. Now, I can speak way more passionately about this, about how they did the skills challenge with the teams, and they had themed teams. I want to see the people that deserve to be in there. Dunk contest. Don't even get me started. Like, if we were to do a dunk contest of the people that deserve to be in the dunk contest, none of the 4 would be in the field.
Yeah, but the flip side of that is in the dunk contest, the participants at this point can only lose because you're not just dunking against the people you're dunking against that year. You're dunking against Levine, Gordon, Jay Rich, Vince Carter. Like,
social media.
You're never going to out dunk those guys unless you're truly like maybe a Ja Morant could, maybe Zion from a couple of years ago could, but it's like you can only lose unless they throw in a major cash prize, which wink, wink. That's what they should effing do.
Yeah, the Tanner Lund tax levy. That's what I've been telling you, motherfuckers.
Yeah, but you're like paying 50 mil. I'm like, how about let's start with like 500K, 250K.
Is it that hard to just have every American give $1 for fuck's sake to save the thing? It ain't that much to ask.
Yeah, it's probably impossible. That's why it'll never happen.
I'm being dead serious. I would pay like, fuck, I would literally pay money to like make this thing better. Like, I want it to be great. I do want to say one more thing about the 3-point shootout that's starting to get on my goddamn nerves with it. Every year, Trae Young picks up his balls before the fucking timer goes. It annoys the shit out of me. Dude.
That's the analysis I wanted.
I care. I just really fucking care.
No, I meant that.
He's always got the ball in both his hands, like slightly off the rack. And it's like, no, you shouldn't even be touching the ball. You need to be hovering over it like the old school days. I just like that motherfucker gets away with it every goddamn time. It's like, Jesus Christ.
He's a villain, dude. Let him be.
I don't know. And then he hits a fucking anyway, I won't go on about Trae Young. Him doing his little ice tray thing when he hit one to make it to the finals against Patty Mills. Congrats, dude. Well done.
Hey, he cares about this shit too.
No, I respect him for that. He cares.
Yeah, so, fuck you.
And shout out to him for participating. He's not even that fucking good of a shooter. So
shut up.
Anyway.
Knock your little ass out.
I think there was something else I wanted to say about the 3-point shot. I don't know. I like the jerseys they wore too. I like that they wore the city jerseys. I like those Clippers uniforms, like their throwback looking city jerseys. And it was good shit. It's good. It's always
Scotty
good
Barnes
shit.
is that Raptors jersey. I literally almost bought a Raptors jersey with my winnings because that city jersey is so sick, dude.
I love some of the warm-ups that the teams have this year. They look retro, like with the collars on them. It looked like some aviation, especially the Raptors one. I was like, holy fuck, that's cool. Some of the teams didn't like the Thunder. I don't know if you guys saw the Thunder one. That thing was fucking horse shit. Like all their stuff is, but
whoever.
Dude, did you notice on the back? You guys remember back when the Thunder became a team, an expansion team? Yeah. They had like that placeholder logo that was just like a ball with like Oklahoma City in it. That's the back of the Thunder's jack right now. Their like throwback logo was their like
doing it for the city, dude. You want to talk about doing it for the culture? There it is.
Respect. I actually respect
Jesus. That. Stop it.
Do you guys want to hop into dunk contest? I'm sure it won't take us long to cover this one.
It could take us a while. Let's go ahead and take it to the next
please
level.
Let's not actually.
All right. I'm stopping.
Well, wait, you're stopping?
I'm stopping. Yep.
All right, so the dunk contest. Bro, you sounded pretty confident that you had a lot to say about it, so why don't you lead off?
I mean, I do want to say I forgot to mention something I have in my notes. Back to the skills challenge. Did you guys see Scotty Barnes do that in and out fucking move in the relay? Because he clearly didn't know what the rule. Oh,
Yeah.
Dude, that was like the sickest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, I respected that.
But I will say the dunk contest. Yeah, like we could start off with Cole Anthony. He literally killed the momentum of that thing before it even started.
How do you do that? I wasn't aware. I didn't watch
Well,
it.
he wanted to do a dunk with Timberlands on because he's from New York, and very much reps like the New York culture. But it took him about, I don't know, it seemed like a half an hour to put the Timbs on, and then didn't miss the dunk, but lost it 50 times.
And he was just doing it was a windmill, right?
Yeah.
His dad was holding, Greg Anthony was holding it, and he was just trying to windmill it.
Yep,
and he couldn't do it.
grab, windmill, and he would just kept. It's just like, yeah, it was a bad omen for the night. I mean, it totally sucked the momentum out. It felt just dead in there, and like nobody cared. It was it was dead airspace for the analysts. Like they were already, and like we'll probably have a slightly larger discussion about that, but they were the commentators were already just shitting on.
They're not doing any favors.
Mercilessly.
No.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
like Reggie Miller, D Wade, like Kenny the
Smith.
Jet Smith, they just fucking
It's weird to say
ripped
Kenny
this thing-
Smith without saying Kenny the Jet. Sorry.
they put the nail in the coffin before this thing was even done, the way they were talking about it. And like, you know, I like to be like the person who's like, oh yeah, like it wasn't funny, blah blah blah. But like some of the stuff Reggie Miller was saying about the dunk contest while we were watching this train wreck unfold in front of us, I couldn't help but laugh. Like I hate to see the guys were out there giving it their best, obviously. So for them to just be like shit talked like that made me feel for the players. But as far as the spectacle goes, it was funny to listen to some of that trash talk from Reggie. I'd missed it. It'd been too long. So
Were there any 50s awarded?
Not one.
2 years in a row without one, I think.
Kurt, what did you think about the early dunks?
I mean, I don't know. It just wasn't very fun to watch. I'm not trying to be an a-hole, but like I was trying to, like, Bailey can attest, I was trying to walk around the house. I was trying to get my walking around.
Hyped, yeah.
Like get the two other humans in my house excited to do this. And even after about 10 minutes of Cole Anthony, I was like, I might need to sit down.
No, yeah, I'm gonna sit down for a
Yeah.
Dude, I remember getting hyped about dunks that Blake Griffin was missing.
Yeah.
Like just because he was trying new stuff. Like
That was kind of like Jalen Greene in this one. Like there was a couple that he was just trying for me where I was like, all right. It was, why are you doing that round one? I guess was my first thought. I was like, those are high degree difficulty. You're not even going to get a sweat in before you start doing that. Okay. Like good on you.
The
I saw
frustrating
more
part,
missed dunks.
yeah, I mean that's the frustrating part. They were doing throughout the entire competition. They were doing like pretty low degree of difficulty dunks by dunk contest standards, and they were missing a million attempts. So it was just dragging on, and it was like, oh, this, like, I don't know. There's something to be said for a guy who can just come out and like throw down like a crazy dunk right away. And like, what was that? I think it was the first or second dunk Obi Toppin attempted.
Obi Toppin did a behind the back off
Yeah.
oversized.
Yeah,
That's fucking crazy.
That was insane.
Yeah,
that
but
was
it got-
about the one.
Yeah,
But I mean, it was because he missed it a few times, right?
that's okay though. I mean, like I think Obi Toppin deserves credit for his performance. He did a really good job. He was solid. This is a guy. His performance was one you could put in any dunk contest, and it deserved to be competitive.
Yeah, it wouldn't be an embarrassment. But the only problem
absolutely
was he
not.
was flanked by three pretty lackluster performances.
I think one, like Jalen Greene was trying hard dunks, so I'm not mad at him.
Mhm.
Cole Anthony though and Juan Toscano Anderson were two of the worst performers I can remember seeing in a while.
Yeah.
And JTA can't even blame it on bum legs because the guy wasn't even playing the last 3 weeks. So what are you going to do?
Well, you could just tell like the degree of difficulty dunks he was doing. It was just like, oh, this would look mediocre in like the high school like
Yeah,
All American
Gatorade
dunk.
All American.
Yeah,
It really seemed
McDonald's.
you watch those old ones and they're better than that. They
yeah,
really
he's a couple
want
levels
Toscanos,
below
yeah.
the creativity needed. He really seemed out of place in the contest. I mean, he got a second place finish, but like
That was a fluke if I've ever
that's
seen
more of an indictment on this dunk contest than anything. I
Yeah, the
think.
two other guys just couldn't get the dunks down. That's the only
Yeah.
reason why he was in there.
I will say I really just kind of going chronologically through the dunks according to my memory, like Jalen Greene, like with that NFT necklace before he did a dunk that was
Yeah.
completely unrelated to the necklace and had nothing to do with it. I'm like, that's kind of shit that just like you guys talked about, it bogs it down. It takes time.
It's
like,
gimmicky.
yeah,
Yeah.
like Jesse, it's gimmicky. He literally took time to put it on, walks over, gives it to Isaiah, and then it's like, okay,
Had
now
no
it's taking
taking on the
5
dunk.
minutes. Yeah, and it's like, it has
Yeah.
nothing to do with
Dude,
the
it's
dunk.
not like when Oladipo brought out the Black Panther mask and dunked in that. That was balling, yo. Wakanda. Get that shit out
But I
here.
will say,
Ooh.
I mean, Jalen Green's first dunk attempt, that was just the Derek Jones from 2 years ago, the off the side of the
Yeah.
backboard through the legs. And
Mhm.
Derek Jones did, I think, first try maybe. I was rewatching that dunk contest a little while ago, and yeah, so it's like to do a dunk that's been done a couple years ago and take 50 tries, which
Oh
leads
my
me to a point that
gosh.
I would like to see them tweak is I don't want the 3 misses. I want them to go back to something they've done in the past. Give them 1 minute. Give them
Yeah.
1 minute to
Yeah.
get a dunk down, and it's like that keeps it moving.
Well, it's so
And-
stupid because like losing the ball and a missed dunk attempt are two totally different things. If you're going for something where your hand's not big enough and you're just throwing it and you can't get it around and palm the ball and make an attempt at the dunk, you can miss that infinite times.
Yeah.
Right.
But God forbid, like you off the back iron, it's like, nope, that counts as one. But this, like, I don't know, it just poorly executed too.
Yeah.
Like that is a rule change that desperately needs to take effect. I'd agree with that until the end of time because it puts like we're almost at the mercy of the player. Then it's like, okay, when is he going to give up on this effing
Yeah.
dunk and just
Yeah,
put
just put
something
something
down?
simple
And it's
in.
like the Jalen Green one is like, oh, he is going to try it 37 goddamn times. Okay, great. Jesus. Yeah. I'm at the like I've heard some people come out and say like they need to just get rid of the dunk contest. I would
Fuck
never agree with that, but man, it's got to be at one of its lowest points. And it sucks because like you
Oh,
said,
this
bro, Obi Toppin had a pretty good performance,
Yeah,
and
and
it's
that-
going to
but-
get lost in all this.
This happens all the time, though. I hate these like knee-jerk reactions. It's like a couple of years before 2016, people were saying the same thing. This fucking sucks. It's a waste. And then all it takes is literally 2 guys to save it.
Mm-hmm.
And like there's going to be ups and downs. That's the nature of the dunk contest. And it sucks that this was a down year, but like there's going to be at some point in the future. I don't know who's going to be in it, but I'm sure they'll do something crazy and it'll be like, fuck, I love this thing.
Yeah, it's back,
Because like
baby.
even this year, like Obi Toppin, he did a dunk again. He didn't get credit. Jesse, this is the type of stuff that you talk about. He went through the legs, tapped it off the glass, and then dunked it.
Yeah. That
Like,
was
that's
so
cool.
sick.
Never
Something
seen it
new.
before.
Yeah,
something
something
new.
new.
Didn't get a 50. Doesn't have to get a 50. It's a memorable dunk. It's something
Yeah.
we've never seen. And so we can quit with this bullshit narrative that there are no more dunks to do.
Yeah,
There are like all you have to do is go on YouTube and see a dunk you've never seen. It takes 5 seconds.
Mhm.
yeah. I will say if Obi would have gotten a couple of his dunks down slightly more emphatically
Yeah.
with like no misses, he would have had a really strong performance. I
Yeah,
think
he was pretty strong. He was
yeah,
pretty
like
strong.
I feel like he's totally going to get lost in the memory of this. It's
Yeah,
just
which is
like,
it's unfair because I mean we could talk about what Stephanie Reddy asked him after the fucking dunk contest, which she deserves to be hit upside the fucking head with
Yeah,
by another
true.
female.
true.
Good call.
I think that another thing that bothered me was Juan Toscano Anderson in the finals. He did the homage to Jay Rich's dunk, which other than AG's under the leg dunk, Jay Rich's dunk that won the dunk contest in like 03, that's the one that's like my favorite dunk of all time, where you're baseline toss under the leg, reverse through the leg.
Yeah,
He did it wrong the first time. He like went regular through the leg. And I was like, fuck, if you're going to try and pay homage to Jay Rich, you got to do this shit right.
yeah, at least do
Yeah.
the right dunk.
And he was not even close. I could get as close as some of his fucking attempts. And
Yeah.
I can't even fucking I can hardly touch the goddamn rim anymore. And I was
Yeah.
like, this is embarrassing. Like what dude, it was, I don't know how you guys felt about that dunk. It was so bad. I'm like, have you ever made this dunk? Like, why are you fucking trying this right now?
Yeah, it looked impossible.
He
for him.
wasn't getting close at
Yeah.
all. And then like to go on a rant against JT, I didn't want him to be in it from the second. I mean, all of us were like, what the fuck's this guy doing? He tried to do a windmill honey dip and he hit about right here.
Yeah, that was
just
pretty
like-
rough.
It was like an aborted windmill, and that's what we were
Yeah.
talking about earlier. Miles Garrett had a better windmill in the celebrity game.
He really did.
Toscano Anderson's finals dunk contest finals.
Yeah.
Windmill. It was embarrassing.
Or wait, was that the second dunk in the first round?
Maybe it was that. I don't know. I thought it was the first. Dunk
Either
in the second round.
way, yeah. Either way,
Doesn't matter.
that one was criminal. Yeah, the windmill honey dip where it just looked like one that hurt your wrist. You're just like,
We're also coming off the tail end of the Aaron Gordon, Zach LaVine era. And that was
yeah. We're gonna be
Unreal,
clamoring
so-
for that for a while.
Yeah, a lot of comparing going on there. But like I think we talked about this on the first time I was on the podcast. It's not hard to come up with new dunks. Like Tanner, you and I did it in the driveway in like 2 hours one day. We came up with like a dozen new dunks that we've never seen before. And granted it was an 8-foot hoop, but we did them. It's like, oh, see this, it was like right around All-Star weekend too. We were like, this can be, oh no, it wasn't. It was in the summertime. I was like, this can be done. Because I remember we had that conversation.
Yeah, and even then though, it's like, go jack a YouTube dunker's dunk that we've never seen and bring it to the mainstream.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
That's all you gotta do is like, there's so many creative guys dunking on YouTube. I literally can't avoid it, seeing it, and it's just like, take one of their dunks or modify it or learn from them. And it's like, but again, I don't think people really take it that seriously because we haven't done the Tannerland tax levy, so it does. They're not in.
Hey, I'm all for it, but you just gotta put it in the realm
It's
of
$1.
realism, bro.
Yeah, I know it's $1. It's pretty realistic. I'd give $1.
Per paycheck.
Ooh,
Oh, give $100 per paycheck if it put John Zion in that motherfucker.
you want to see Zion in there, dude?
Oh, I fucking do.
I want to see Ja. Dude, I want to see Ja in there. That
True.
dude can
Ja,
defy physics, dude.
yeah, Ja would save the dunk contest single handedly because even if he doesn't do the craziest dunks with his elevation.
Oh
and
yeah,
how-
any dunk he does is gonna look incredible.
and people are going to get hyped, and the crowd will get into it, and that will inevitably make it more enjoyable. If
This-
people are like, he could just do a simple windmill where he just jumps as high as he can, and people are going to go fucking nuts, and he'll get a 47 on it.
This is a perfect chance for me to unveil the winning. I picked the city jersey of Ja Morant,
Oh fuck!
bringing that up. So
Oh, God.
it's like,
Wait, is that the one in the Vancouver font? Does
I
it have
don't
like
think so.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'm thinking of a different one.
Yeah, it's this year's, I believe, but
Is
it's
it light blue? Is it their light blue one?
No, it's a darker blue.
Oh, okay.
yeah, is it the early Memphis one?
That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking it was.
Yeah, I thought you said Vancouver.
Oh, I did. My
Yeah.
bad. Yeah. No, okay. I thought that was a black jersey.
This one, I thought it would look navy blue, but
Okay, I'll have to look it
it
up.
doesn't
Let's-
matter either way.
Yeah, let's
But
not.
I
touch-
was, yeah,
hot choice.
that was
though,
just
hot
sick.
choice.
It
yeah,
was-
that Ja
it-
jersey's gonna be clutch.
Yeah, that type of stuff is just like, it would be nice to see. It's the same thing. Like, it sucks that we never got to see LeBron
Yeah.
in his prime do one.
hate that.
So
I hate
got to
that.
try and get those
That's what I'm
explosive.
talking
guys.
about, man.
Yeah.
There are a
Amen.
couple. There are a couple things I want to mention before we hop off this subject, though. I love how they were so open to shit on D Wade about fucking up Aaron Gordon's dunk contest. Like they were
True,
all giving him
true.
shit about not being
Yeah,
like, screwing up.
rightfully
Like,
so.
I'm just glad that they didn't shy away from it. It's like, hey, fuck, you really screwed this up, dude.
Yeah,
And then also, I was trying to keep track of individual judges scoring, and D-Rob, dude, they should have got the Admiral on here a long fucking time ago. He was handing out 7s and 8s like they were going out of his
Yeah,
pile, dude. I
yeah.
was like, fuck yeah. Because we're always so critical. Like, every dunk has to be a goddamn 50. And like, to think about it, like giving somebody a 7, you give them a 6 when they don't complete a dunk. So to give them a 7 is a pretty
that's
it's a
like
pretty damning thing to do. Is like, your dunk fucking sucked. I don't care.
that's
if you
one
put
of
it
my
down.
biggest gripes, Kurt. I'm sure you heard me make some snide comment even when that was first. I mean, I knew that was the rule. It's been the rule for a while, but when they showed that before the dunk contest, it's just a reminder how stupid the dunk like, I don't know. We've talked about different tweaks to make it more like just better, a cash prize, a minute timer. Tanner, I think you mentioned like half point
couple.
increments.
Yeah, I got a couple.
Yeah.
Ideas.
Yeah, like it's very simple tweaks that could really I think increase this thing around the margins, but it's
Or
like no, they
just,
just like to keep it in the dumbest, like most just idiot form of the dunk contest I've ever seen. It's like, what are
Yeah.
we doing here? This is like common sense type stuff.
Or just make it so you can get a 0.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like,
Why
that's
have a 10 scale if the lowest you can ever get is a 6?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and it's like ultimately your scale is you can either score a 6, a 7, an 8, a 9, or a 10. There's 5
Yeah, it's
different
a 5
scores. It's
scale.
just like, what are we doing here? This is actually fucking
The old
stupid.
Kirk Hoffman movie scale. Everything's a 7. Let's get it.
Yeah, every movie's
Let's
pretty
get
good. Every dunk's pretty good. Even the misses are 6s. It's like, no, they're fucking 0s. They suck.
Nobody wants to see somebody clank a dunk 7 times.
Bro, what were you saying? I think your mic wasn't.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I was gonna say JTA's make should have been a 5. God damn it.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't know. I honestly don't even want to talk about the dunk contest anymore. If you guys are cool to move on, that shit was mad frustrating. You guys good with that?
Yeah.
Radio
All right.
sound.
Well, let's jump into the All-Star game itself. I don't know. I guess, do we want to do a little bit about the NBA 875 presentation that they did? To me, that was the highlight of this All-Star week.
Can you guys hear me through this?
Yeah, just hold it closer. Say something.
Oh.
Maybe it's still on the. I don't know. Just keep doing what you're doing. But no, that was the highlight of All-Star weekend to me, was the halftime show at the All-Star game, having all the players come out, have them, stand in that middle like pavilion or whatever it was. That was such a cool moment to see a lot of those guys together, because how often do they do that sort of thing? Did you guys have anything else you wanted to add on the NBA 875 team stuff?
T-Mac should have been there.
I mean, we could talk about some snubs.
Watch, J-Man. Let it fly.
So I don't know if I just spaced it or not, because they had released the 75 list.
Yep.
And I was confident the T-Mac was in it. And so I get home and I needed to shower after work, and I was watching it with Shelby, so I paused it at halftime, and I was like, I got to see T-Mac up there. And it gets to the guards, and I'm like, where the fuck is T-Mac?
Yeah, where's he at though?
And so then I looked it up, and he was part of CBS Sports did their own 75 that had T-Mac in it, and not the NBA's 75 though. And I was legit, I was pretty fucking furious, man. I was not happy.
Understandable, man. Very understandable. Yeah,
and I'm also
seems like such a no-brainer.
This is a huge ordeal. I wish for the most, I would say a majority of people showed up, but there's a lot that didn't. Why the fuck wasn't Larry Bird there?
Right.
Show up.
AD.
Yeah, show the fuck up. You're getting honored as one of the 75 greatest players of all time in the history of the NBA. Show up.
Yeah. There were some head scratching ones in there for sure. Yeah. The Tim Duncan one, I was like, you're one of the the greatest of the you are the upper echelon. I don't know where you guys rank him in your all-time list. He's top 8 for me.
I can tell you where I rank his hair.
Number 1. But no, I mean, yeah, I'd agree with that. Kurt, did you have any thoughts on the NBA 875?
I mean, I guess I just want to throw it out there. With everything going on health-wise, the old dudes, I get. The young dudes, absolutely not. I suppose 100%.
Especially the dudes playing that are part of the protocols, are vaccinated, have been traveling, AD.
Exactly.
AD, it's
what are you guys doing? Especially AD getting all the shit that he's been getting lately from every human, to be given a spot on that list where, for me, he's a guy that's an easy T-Mac swap right there.
Oh, good call.
Not to be too much of an a-hole, but T-Mac has delivered countless moments. AD,
one playoff,
bro. Yeah.
Another one I was upset about, and I don't even like this player. I actually actively disliked this player, is fucking Tony Parker, man.
I didn't think he should have been. I think there's a couple guys that should have been up there instead of him, right?
Over Tony Parker?
Yeah.
I mean, that's fine, but dude was ran a championship team for a lot of years, and I don't know, he's one of the ones that I thought about that I was I feel like he should be there.
Oh, gotcha. I thought he was on the.
No,
I don't.
No, he wasn't.
He wasn't.
Dang.
So that's what I'm talking about. Tony Parker should have been there.
Dang.
She should have been on the list, and he wasn't.
Yeah, I think he'd be right in that. I don't know. I think there's an argument to be made for him or against him potentially. Because like my biggest snub was like Dwight and T-Mac. Not seeing Dwight there. I don't
Russ,
care.
I don't think Russ was there though. And he's
He wasn't?
actually part of it, yeah, which is kind of
Yeah. Russ didn't show up. I don't.
Yeah, I was like,
maybe
why?
he did.
Yeah, no, I don't
Yeah.
think he did. That's what
I
I'm
didn't
saying.
think so.
Dang.
Yeah, he was on the list, and I was like, "What the like? Congrats! I get it."
You're in the locker room. Like, walk out there.
He wishes, dude. Not this year. Golly.
Like you're in.
Was he not even like
You're
there
in
for
the
All-Star
Orlando
weekend?
Magic locker room after being cut by the Lakers. Get out there. Just kidding.
Yeah. Well, Crab, did you guys want to just go straight into All-Star then?
I do want
Is
to
there-
say, dang, like I'm looking at Ray Allen's only a 2-time All-NBAer. It's like, fuck, man. Does he even belong on there? Like, I know he's got 2 rings, but
There was a couple names was like I get, and bro, I know you said like you like to see the old guys there, but like when I saw like Dave DeBusschere, Pete Maravich, Bill Walton, I was like, those are like historic players, Hall of Fame players.
I know, but that's the thing. Those dudes were in the NBA 50, and you can't take them out. Like, I would not feel right about that.
It's gonna have to happen at some point, though.
No. You just like when we get to the NBA 100, you add 25 more players, and
No,
T-Mac will be a part of the NBA 100 guaranteed.
I mean, I don't know. I just think it's let's double down on like undeserving player because we're gonna do the same thing next time. It's like I don't know, like when you just make it correct, just do it fucking right.
No, but that's the thing. There's always going to be snubs. Like Dominique was one of the huge snubs from the NBA 50. He's part of the NBA 75. Like time will correct this. Dwight will be a part of the NBA 100. T-Mac will. I bet money on it.
Yeah, but I don't know.
You're not going to. Don't remove people. Though. Don't remove people. That's wrong. I feel like.
You just want to add.
Yeah, you only add because like you can't be part of the NBA 50 and not be part of the NBA 75 in my opinion.
I guess I just disagree. I mean, I'm more focused with just like, no, let's actually get the top 75 players. Like,
Okay, but then are you going to take George Mikan out?
If you're part of the NBA,
Probably
50,
not. He's
and you're
accomplished too
number
much.
50 in 25 years' time. Say there's 25 players that are better than you.
Yeah, that
You're gonna get bumped out of the
this
75.
logic will inevitably. Like, I get if you keep moving the goalposts, you can kind of like appease everyone, but it's like, no, let's just do it fucking right. Is my that's my 2 cents on it.
Also,
I understand the other side of the argument, though.
Also, the guitar player for Earth, Wind, and Fire stole the show at the end of it. By the way,
Yes, he did. Thank you.
I don't know what planet that guy was on, but it wasn't Earth.
He's out of the solar system, bruh.
Yeah, dude, Bill Sharman, come on.
No, dude, the
Come on, son.
whole effing point
Come
of
on,
this is
son.
not to celebrate fucking players from the 2000s. It's about celebrating the history of the NBA and having
We
players.
do that in a million different ways, though.
Do we?
Don't call it the 75 best players ever if you're just like, well, it's not really like we're gonna make exceptions for these 20 guys just because it's like.
Well, no, that's not. That's the thing, though.
That.
If we were doing really like the 75 best players ever, then how many of these dudes from the 50s and 60s will we eliminate?
0.
Well, it's you got to look at it like,
Sorry.
it's
Hard
what they
pick.
accomplish as well. It's their. I'm saying there's guys with better resumes now. That's my thing. Is like I get we're not. I'm never gonna be able to like. Because if it's like if we're gonna go off skill, it's like okay, Kyrie's above Dave Bing, Kyrie's above all these
Right.
like so many guys, but it's like it's a combination. It's like the resume too, and I think some of these guys' resumes have been outpaced. It's like
It's almost
I'm
like
sorry, the
they're doing
greater
a top.
players have come.
It's like they're almost doing like a top 75 NBA legacies. Like not so much skills part of it, but like the mark they left on the game, which is fine.
Yeah.
But like Bailey said, don't call it the top 75 NBA players of all
They
time.
also
Like,
didn't give numbers on this, which I think is part of the whole thing. They just kind of threw names without getting into any of the
without any thought.
the stuff, like they on purpose did not say, Jordan LeBron won or Dave
Yeah.
Bing 65 or whatever the case may be. So I think
115.
that they're trying to be, they were trying to be careful while also paying homage to guys who've been there, guys who have, added to what the league's been. I don't know. As a history guy, it's hard for me to just say, hey, fuck you, Kuzi, get the fuck out of here. or Stockton or I don't know. Bailey, could you really quick, what was the Stockton thing? You had a moment in the house where you were just like, get this fucking guy out of here.
Hey, I'm just not a Stockton guy, man. He's
He belongs in the NBA 75.
Oh,
Yeah,
of course.
he was there. I'm just talking about Bailey.
I dislike him as a person for some of the things he's done and said post his playing career.
For reasons we're going to get into right now.
Yeah, we'll just leave it at that. I just
Let's
don't
talk
like
politics.
John Stockton, so not a
Fair
fan.
enough. Okay.
He's not my guy. And it's similar with Karl Malone. Funny that those two are linked forever for multiple reasons, but it's like,
Wait, I have a question. You want Earl Monroe in here or no?
do I?
Yeah.
I mean, I'd have to look like
4-time
Ooh.
All-Star, 1-time All-NBA. Earl Monroe belongs in here.
he belongs in the NBA Hall of Fame. He belongs to be called one of the most like a legendary, iconic player. Does he belong as one of the 75 greatest players that's ever lived? I think that's debatable. Pretty debatable.
Larry Sanders wasn't in there, guys. Can you believe it?
If it ain't right, that's the first thing we
Lee.
need to take. We need to create our own 75. CJ Watson, Larry Sanders, T-Mac, Rasheed Butler, Lance Stevenson.
I was gonna say one thing though. Did you guys watch the ultimate draft they did on TNT about the NBA 75? They took this pool of 76 players because they tied for 75th with the voting. Bill Sharman, I think, was but they had 13 different GMs and they all drafted their own teams. And it was like Sue Bird drafted a team, Shams and Chris Haynes drafted a team, the Inside the NBA guys drafted a team, Jerry West drafted a team, and then they used like this analytics.
Run like simulation.
Yeah, they ran it to see who drafted the best team. And it was just pretty interesting because they were going through and literally drafting. Dominique had first overall pick. Guess who Dominique took out of the entire pool?
LeBron.
Dominique.
Kurt. What do you guys?
Fucking Shaq.
No,
Larry
Bailey, you
Bird.
saw it. You saw it, didn't you? He
No.
took Dominique. He took himself.
No, that's just
So
balling.
sick.
If you're in there, you got it, dude. Like, come on.
No, you don't. Jerry West didn't take himself with his first pick. He's trying to fucking
made.
win. Jerry West is a primetime executive with a long
That's
history
fair.
of being successful. So
Long history.
Wait, who won?
it was D Wade, Candace Parker, and I always forget that white dude that nobody likes with the turtleneck. Always wears the turtlenecks.
Oh yeah,
Adam Lefjo.
Lefko?
Yeah,
Lefko, yeah.
Lefko, yeah.
yeah. They won.
Dang.
But I didn't trust the analytics too because Sue Bird, her first like 5-6 picks, I was like, she had LeBron. But her first 5-6 picks were like, holy fuck, she is dominating, and she got last place by far. I was like, okay, I'd like to see who created this fucking model because it's fucking ass.
Dang, yeah, I'd like to see that. I'd like to rewatch that.
That would have been funny if it was like, who'd have won? Oh, Dominique. Yeah, he won.
No, Dominique was up towards the top. And I was like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. No,
Yeah.
no disrespect to Dominique. He's a legend.
Basically, did the Anthony Bennett-esque pick
Yeah, I was like,
still
Whatever.
win? Well, yeah, I don't know. Do you guys want to talk briefly about All-Star Game?
I'll jump in quick. Like, I had a really good time. Like, I sat down and I watched it with Shelby, and she was actually like watching it with me. And unfortunately, she was like super entertained by Steph Curry making all those shots. But here's the deal: I was too. Like,
Yeah.
I hate Steph Curry. I always will. As
An
like,
incredible performance.
as like a fan of Steph Curry, I never will be, but he is so entertaining to watch when he's in that mode. It's unfucking real. And like, we were just having a really good time watching it.
Nice.
I don't know. I will say, like, I missed Jaws dunk in the first half, but apparently that was like surpassed anything in the dunk contest. I would say I didn't notice as many plays this year that were like, there is zero defense. Like, I didn't notice that as much. I mean, it was still an all-star game, but it wasn't stuff that were like people were standing at half court. Like, they were getting set in defense, but then if there was like an obvious drive that was going to end in a dunk, it was wide open.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. And then yeah, man, I forgot. I had something else I was going to add, but I forgot what it was.
I'll think of it.
Well, no, and just to piggyback on that, J-Man, I think like there was a couple moments where it seemed like it was going to kind of go off in that direction, like more pure like all-star game, like not trying hard. But then it was like some of the subs that came in, some of these younger guys, like when Devin Booker, LaMelo, and DeJounte Murray came in, I mean, those guys were
shifted things.
They were
Yeah,
getting after it. I was like, I mean, those guys get a free pass to be in the all-star game till the end of time. I mean, that was like one of the highlights of the game for me was specifically DeJounte Murray and LaMelo. They were, and then like Devin Booker's shot making. I was like, why are you treating this like the last like 5 minutes of a playoff game? Like he was like, guy is, I mean, just nuts. He's incredible. But I mean, I don't know. I'll pass the mic to either Tanner or Kurt. Do you guys have any thoughts on that as well?
I said it first. Fuck.
Yeah, fuck you, bitch. I don't know, man. I was entertained. I was enthralled. I was engaged. You know, it was monetarily exhilarating. The whole thing. It was man. It was just really fun to once again kind of stealing from the whole idea of the rising stars. It's just cool to like see the dudes kind of figure out the pecking order on the fly. Like that's always fun too. Like, and then the hustle guys, you know, like the Deontay and freaking LaMelo just going in and just being like, nope, you better get that fucking ball because I'm gonna take it. Like we're gonna get this charity money.
Yeah, the pressure they were applying was awesome.
It was It was just cool. And then I mean, I don't know, as a Warriors guy and as a recent fuck you for hating Steph guy. That was
You're a reborn Steph fan.
Dude,
Ooh.
I am reborn.
I will say it's harder to hate. Like this is how much I love LeBron. It's harder to hate Steph now that LeBron and him are like buddies.
Yeah,
it makes it harder for me to like. No, I want to hate him.
Doesn't it? But yeah, that's the. I mean, it was just cool to see that, like a signature performance from a signature dude, just stepping out and actually kind of, you know, making the place pop.
Oh yeah,
and that was cool. But then, I mean, towards the end, it was also cool to see that Steph LeBron heat that still is still there in a way. And like there were even times where I was kind of getting pissed off at Steph. I was like, hey, dude. Fucking pass the rock.
Well, yeah,
he's going to shoot him out of that motherfucker. Yeah,
was he
like,
going
I
for
need
the
this
scoring
money
record?
right now.
Yeah, he was 3 points off taking it from AD.
Yeah.
And I get it. He was going for the record. Now I like. Part of me wanted to see the just hear the energy in the arena if it were to happen. Like part of me wanted that because that's just electrifying.
Mm-hmm.
But nothing compares to the last shot LeBron in Cleveland, dude. That oh my god.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was one of the better All-Star games I've seen in several years.
Yeah, that was a fun one, man. It was a really fun game. I don't know. And it's cool too, because like not to go back to like the LeBron like drafting stuff, but like it's just so fun to be able to see him, Giannis, and Steph all in, you know, some part of their primes together on the court like that. I mean, it's just like this is what the All-Star game is all about, is to see the best players in the world out there. I don't know. It's
the fact that we're still talking about LeBron like he is in his prime because he is still in a part of his prime is fucking insane.
The 20-year prime.
Get Tanner.
No, and then say what?
Tanner hasn't had his turn.
Oh yeah.
No, it's good. Let's talk about it after this short commercial break.
Oh, true. All right, hit us with it, bro.
I will say that Steph, his shooting performance through about the first 40 minutes of that game, 42 minutes of that game was probably the most impressive shooting performance I've ever seen in a game in my entire life. He literally, you know, Steph has his like little gimmick deal he does where he shoots and turns around and it goes in. That motherfucker did it from 2 steps inside half court.
Yeah.
He shot it and turned because he knew it was going in. He did it again in the corner too. It's just crazy. Like, because I don't remember how many he missed a row in the fourth quarter. It must have been like 5 or 6, I guess. But like like if you look at his 3-point shooting, if you take out those last forced threes, that motherfucker there's never been a shooting display like that ever.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's why it broke like the record for most threes in a game at any type of basketball or any type of NBA basketball.
Those threes he was hitting in the first half were so fucking wet. I thought like some of those swishes, it was like it was a different kind of swish like I've never heard. I feel like
one of those like those dream swishes, that's
it was weird. It
the
was
purest shots.
Yeah, his shot is just disgusting,
ripping the net.
Yeah, I was like in that moment, I was like, he's obviously the greatest shooter that ever lived, but it's like that time just watching this game, I was like, Jesus Christ.
It's unreal.
Yeah. It's unfair. And I mean, a lot of the observations you guys already covered, like, the kind of the bench squad that came in for Team KD. That was interesting to watch, like DeJounte, LaMelo, and them, and Devin Booker, like really put the screws to Team LeBron. I will say, like, this is something that I think is going to continue to be one of the most fascinating parts about the All-Star game, as long as they have the Elam ending. Is like, who plays when it's down to the end?
Yep.
Exactly.
And it was so, like, again, the second time it's been a close game with an Elam ending, it's the team runs through Joel Embiid. Whoever has Joel Embiid, the team fucking runs through Joel Embiid.
Yeah.
He is the biggest chess piece on the board. He is
And I do want to give credit. Like, I think it's fair to say that Joel Embiid might be the most dominant player in the league, and him or maybe Jokic or KD. Giannis. But like Joel Embiid, in terms of like getting the ball every possession, like Giannis gets a lot of his stuff in transition. Like, I'm not saying he's not the focal point of their offense, but Joel Embiid is like, nope, get the ball to Joel. Let's see what you can do. And so shout out to fucking Jared Allen for going toe to toe with that motherfucker.
Oh my God, that block he had.
Yeah, that motherfucker. Jared Allen is like, obviously he's a great defender, and like that's what he hangs a huge part of his hat on. But dude, he had a couple huge defensive possessions against Embiid. Like, Embiid was moving him, but he was still standing his ground. And like,
dude, they were banging in the post, dude. They were playing hard.
I loved it, dude.
Well, he got the block, and then he got a big board too. It's like,
yep.
Yeah, it was
cool seeing Garland and Jared Allen out there in that fourth quarter.
And they both played well. They both played well.
Yeah.
I thought anyways. I mean, they looked like two of the guys, like, I don't understand how Luka just already stepped into the Harden role in the All-Star game. Like, oh, I'm too Hollywood for this.
Was he your final MVP pick?
JoJo.
Okay. Just for the record, good.
I had to switch to JoJo.
I'm not going to change my fucking pick.
I didn't realize that it would be dire straits at the end like it was. I would have stuck with Luka had I not had to. But
Luka never pick him. He's literally hard.
Yeah, he's hands off until the end of time. Until next year when I talk myself into his fat ass again.
Dude, how funny is it that James Harden was part of the NBA top 75 of all time and wasn't an All-Star?
Right? There's a few guys out there that were like that though. It was like, geez. And like, I mean, obviously AD's injured, but it's like AD should be in his apex prime, 27 and 28 years seasons these last 2 years. It was like pretty rough. So
Anthony Davis can do what he does.
Glass bones.
More like weak to Levis at this point.
Weak to Levis.
Always out.
Weak to Levis.
I want to say also Jared Allen has his dunks were really swigged them out, dude. He was dunking like NBA street type shit.
Yeah,
like, clean as a motherfucker.
Yeah,
dude, Gobert had a couple too where
Gobert has 360.
He was being crazy,
saucy, dude. I like that.
Yeah.
There was also what else? There was a couple other things I wanted to say about it. I don't know. You guys go. I'm missing.
Well, no. One weird thing was like they hyped up the Chris Paul thing, like, oh, he's gonna come in and get an honourary assist. He played like 4 minutes and was going hard. I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, dude's injured.
CP3, dude.
Yeah, I was just like, leave it to him, dude. The other guy I'm always gonna have a gripe with is Jimmy Butler in these things. Like, I get it.
Like, give a fuck.
Yeah, if All Star's not your thing, it's not your thing. But like I don't even care if he gets voted in. Just kick him out of the game and replace him with somebody who wants to be there. Like, give him, put it on his resume as an all-star, but like, get him the fuck out of this game. He doesn't even want to play in it. He just half-asses it while he's out there. I was just like, why is he even here? Those things frustrate me. I understand when it's like Dirk and he's 39 years old.
Right.
But this is Jimmy Butler.
His bones literally hurt.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Some of these guys, I'm like, Yeah, Luca, Jimmy Butler, frustrating, very frustrating. Chris Middleton too played like dog.
Oh, he plays
shit.
hard. He plays hard though. He seems to
Yeah.
always shoot bad in the All-Star. I want to get his
second quarter.
I want to get his like career All-Star game stats because he seems to miss a lot of fucking shots.
He plays hard. He's just not an all-star.
Every time
He's the worst player out there.
Yeah. One thing I did, Joel Embiid had you guys remember on Hang Time how there's the quick dunks?
Yeah.
In the fourth quarter, Embiid had one like on an offensive rebound.
Yeah.
He caught it. It was like it literally looked like an animation mocap fucking hang.
Oh, that's too funny.
So sick. I gotta find that highlight.
Too funny. Gosh. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That All-Star game was a fucking treat. I mean, I hate to. I mean, we've all hyped up Steph a lot in this one, but that was unreal.
He deserved the MVP.
It was just super fun to like see Shelby get engaged and like us watch it together, and me not like having to come down to the basement and watch it on the computer or anything like that, and like her actually
Dang, so
like
you
commenting on it and stuff like that. You know, it was
you got
cool.
to see the power of Steph in real time because like that's the stuff we always hear about. Is like,
yeah,
the casual fans love him. He can draw like more
Casual
people into the
is-
game that like like a LeBron couldn't, and it's like the fact that Shelby can sit in and watch that and be entertained by it. I mean,
He is the casual encounter.
true.
Yeah, she was like, I went into the bedroom for something, and she had mentioned something about him that was like basically saying like in a roundabout way that she was like liked watching him, and I was like, hey, we're not Steph fans here, and she just
We don't do that.
She just looked at me and like smiled, and I was like, shit, she's a Steph fan.
Hey, at least she's a basketball fan. That's the most important thing. Wait, were we going to talk about the Steph Curry 2 Chainz dating show? That was probably also the highlight of All-Star Weekend.
I missed that.
Yeah,
that
no, it
was
garbage.
so balling, dude.
Yeah.
It wasn't like 2 Chainz and his wife had a chance to fucking plan all that shit out.
Yeah.
I saw him in the back. That
It didn't have no headphones on. Dude. They came out way before Steph and Aisha were done. I feel like
yeah,
You
exactly.
guys are fucking psychos,
bullshit.
dude.
we need some regulation there. I do want to mention another thing because I don't know how you guys feel about like All-Star intros or something that's important to me. I always like love watching those. I texted Bailey about this, but LeBron, him getting introduced made the hairs on my arm stood up and I teared up.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Because like you couldn't really hear a lot of like the crowd reaction with a lot of players aside from like maybe Darius Garland and Jared Allen. Like there wasn't like and Steph got booed really loudly, of course, but they were so loud for LeBron, and LeBron like when he just like stuck his arms out because he's like back home, and they showed the banner from 2016. And he just screamed. You could see LeBron scream at the top of his lungs, and they were playing that effing song from Space Jam 2 that's like that really like, just like, I don't know how to describe the instrumental, but yeah, it's just like, it's one of my favorite times. I like, because like I try and keep a mental note of my favorite LeBron introductions at All-Star games. 2017 was my other favorite. That's the one where they had that live, the Roots were playing.
Oh,
And him and Kyrie were like just like grooving on stage. Like I love that shit, but that I don't know if you guys had that same moment. That shit made me emotional watching LeBron get introduced, and him like he tilted his head back and screamed as loud as he could. And
Well,
I was like, whoa, I felt that emotion. Like that was
and
raw
that's a
shit.
big moment too, because like who's to say where LeBron's career goes from here? But it's like, how many more introductions is he going to get where he's center of the stage, like all the lights shining on him in Cleveland like that, where he's not on an opposing team? Like I know there's speculation he could end up in Cleveland one more time, but it's like
Hopefully next year.
never take that for granted, because I mean, how many more times are we going to get this stuff with LeBron?
Right.
I'd like
Right.
to hope 3 or 4 more years, maybe.
I will
but-
say, and I should have seen it coming, but like when they had to score 2 more, or when they were right there and they had 1 bucket to get, I was like, oh, it's got to be Steph. He's hot. Like he's missed a few, and he's gonna get the record. But when like he passed to LeBron, immediately my hairs were just like on end, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh shit, it's LeBron. And then he hits the most difficult shot of all time. I was,
Yeah.
dude,
Embiid was, like, glitching.
hands-free eject, dude.
Yeah. Oh,
He glitched over, dude. It was so fucked up. I don't even get. He was just covering ground, dude. I was like, oh
Yeah.
my god.
dang.
They
What
should
What
have
a,
done
like what a
like real quick.
storybook! What a storybook ending.
Yeah.
That was sick.
True. Yeah, I mean, like this is why we love this stuff right there. Steph has an incredible game. LeBron finishes it out in the way that he did in Cleveland. Ugh. Story writes itself.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Was there anything else you guys wanted to talk about in regards to All-Star?
Yeah, I got one more thing. Did you guys watch the Legends Brunch by chance? Good shit. If you guys have time, you should try and look up Ernie Johnson's poem that he
Yeah,
read
they
at the
showed
Legends
that
Brunch.
at the beginning of the TNT thing. I saw
Oh,
that.
it was good. He literally rhymed all the NBA top, I guess,
Oh.
76.
Yeah.
He put them
Is
in a
there
rhyme.
anything not to like about Ernie Johnson?
No, absolutely
Motherfucker,
not.
I love that
He's
guy.
such a legend. And also, too, I got really Jerry West gave a speech.
Yeah.
And I got pretty emotional at that because it was just good. He was just talking about because that was, he obviously played and grew up in a different era than in terms of racial segregation and discrimination. And he talked about how much Oscar Robertson meant to him and how he learned not only to be a better basketball player, because that was one of his main rivals, but somebody who taught him to be a better person, and he helped him learn so much about what it took to be a person. Not to say that Jerry West was some heinous person before, and once he met Oscar Robertson, he turned it around. But it's it was just emotional because Jerry West was very emotional, and I've never really seen Jerry West emotional.
Yeah,
and I don't know. It's this whole NBA 75 thing just makes me emotional. And seeing all the legends together makes me emotional because it's these are all the guys we fucking love and more. Because you think about the guys like Jerry West and Oscar Robertson and going back to the 50s and 60s. If we were around in the 50s and 60s, these are the guys we'd be getting emotional about. We do Steph and T-Mac and LeBron, and CJ. These guys all meant something to people before us. And they mean something to us because everything we love about the game today was built off these players from the past.
Oh,
Yeah.
And I just get emotional seeing how much they all love each other and how much respect they all earned and what they
just how much of a
meant to
fraternity
something.
it is too.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
That's the other thing. I love how big the
Yeah.
NBA family is.
Yeah.
The one thing, the thought that crossed my mind is and I know it's a revolving door, but the next time something like this is going to happen is in 25 years.
Yep.
And
I hope to God we're all alive for that. NBA 100.
Kids are gonna be
that shit's gonna
growing
look
up.
all the players though that those historic players, none of them are going to be there. They're all going to be dead.
Gone. Yeah.
Yeah, that's sad.
And I know they're going to be replaced with, the Kevin Garnett's, he's going to be older and then
he's going to be the Bill Russell. Yeah.
Jordan's going to be
that's
older
sick.
and stuff. They're going to be there, but the Oscar Robertsons, those guys are going to be gone. And it's that was such a special moment when I had that realization, this is the last time that we're going to see all of the NBA greats that we grew up the names that we grew up knowing from the past.
Right.
It's the last time they're going to be there, that we're going to see them all together on one stage being celebrated.
Well, that early era of the NBA truly is the, I don't know that the 50s up through the 70s, I'd say up to Magic Bird. Those are truly the legends of the game.
Yeah.
Everybody that comes after, incredible players, but those guys are I don't know. They built the foundation that everything else has been built on top of after that. So to go back to your thing earlier, bro, I don't want to kick these guys out of the NBA at 70. They deserve a special place in history reserved just for them. So maybe you're right on that.
I was going to say what you just said is that contradicts what you said earlier.
No, I think you're right. I just get caught up in lists of oh, this needs to actually be this, but it's no. If we are going to go from the legendary icon standpoint, I'm sure there's things that, like you said, Earl Monroe, some of those guys, nobody could replicate what they added to the game.
And that's the thing is I get that they call that list the best NBA players of all time, but it's I don't care if Kawhi Leonard's a better player and has a better resume than Earl Monroe. To me, Earl Monroe means more to the history of the NBA just because his legend, what he meant to the Knicks team and the success they had during that time. And he's just he is I don't know how to really say it other than just the fact that these are legends. These are literally the legends who
it's not going to get twisted though. T-Mac should have been there.
No, I think T-Mac should be on there for sure. But it's when I sit here
over
and think
Lillard,
about,
over AD.
Yeah, but it's AD is such a perfect example. When I think about people who are mean something in terms of NBA history to me, I don't think of AD ever.
Yeah.
I think of AD as he's a great player with lots of potential who's done a lot of good things. But when I think of names Bob Cousy, Bill Russell, John Havlicek,
Bill Walton,
Casey Jones, like Hal Greer, like all these guys. These are guys that are like, yeah, these are guys that just deserve to be like always looked at in that light to me. And like, I don't know, maybe it's just because we're in it right now that I don't see that with like guys like Anthony Davis. But it's like I would just hate for these guys' names ever to be lost because they're just old. Because it's like, fuck, they're like, you know, I don't know. And I forget who said it. This is a crazy thing though. It was like they were talking about how I think it was EJ at the Legends brunch, or maybe it was Adam Silver. I think it was Adam Silver actually. He was talking about how like being able to like sit across and talk to somebody like Bill Russell. Like Bill Russell wasn't there because of COVID. He's getting older, but like talking to Bill Russell about basketball, that's like considering when like the NBA started and where Bill Russell came along in the NBA history, that'd be like a baseball fan talking to Babe Ruth. Like that's how big of a deal Bill Russell being around is and how much he means. Like, as you think about like if Babe Ruth was alive, like to me that gives me chills just thinking about holy fuck, because Babe Ruth's like a myth to me.
Yeah.
But Bill Russell is that to the NBA. He's still here and he means so much.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just crazy.
That's a good perspective to put on it. Cause I feel like we usually don't think of it that way. Yeah. I feel like I just get caught up in the marketing too much where it's like, no, if we're just talking about 75 most important players in history, I would have had probably taken way less issue with some of those older guys.
Yeah. And honestly, I would take more of the, I would rather replace new guys with some old guys who like played a huge part in like the development of the NBA.
Well, yeah. Like there's
and a guy like fucking, like no offense, but like, well, yeah, like Anthony Davis is such a good example. It's like, okay, he's a great player.
Well, I'd take Alex English over Lillard, AD, and like he's not even from like the Legends era, but yeah.
That's a basketball reference deep dive.
Alex English
on that one, yeah. That's
you're like, who's the most efficient 28 a game? Yeah,
dude, I remember. I think it was a book of basketball. I heard about him for the first time, and then I've gone in there a couple times, and I haven't got out for a while.
Yeah, he's one of the most underrated players in history. I feel like nobody talks about him. But anyways, that's a
Oh, and that was another thing that made me emotional at the Legends brunch. They do the in memoriam. And it's like, obviously it's sad when anybody dies, but you know, we all are very, very like, I'm obsessed with NBA players. Like, it's just like, you see ones that like I didn't even watch. I never even watched, but I know about them. Like Mark Eaton. I saw him, they showed him and I was just like, fuck, Mark Eaton's dead. And it's just like, okay, he played in the 80s and like early 90s and he was like a defensive master, but it's like never met him, never watched him play, don't have any particular fond connection with him. But I'm just like, this motherfucker was a very great basketball player who has a family who like left a lasting impact and has a legacy in the NBA. And it's like, it's sad that they're gone. You know, I don't know. Shit's crazy.
Seriously. No, Eaton, I mean, he's like multiple defensive player of the year, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Dang. Yeah. Dang. Well, who knows? I mean, if we're lucky enough, we'll all be here 25 years from now to talk about.
Yeah, because, dude, imagine.
We're talk about calling our
NBA
shot 25 years from now. We're running
Steph and Katie in the 3-point shootout, baby. That's what I want.
Yeah. Nah, dude.
I want Zayda, Alexander Washington Jr. 5th. Give me that.
All right, dudes. Well, I think we've covered a lot of ground. You guys
I have one trivia question for you all.
Okay.
And this may be a little bit too of a deep cut, but I texted Bailey about this. Do you guys remember Gainey Lawal? Google him if you have your computer in front of you. Gainey Lawal. Gainey Lawal. G-A-N-I. Don't look at his basketball reference. Just Google image him. G-A-N-I-L-A-W-A-L, I think. I don't know if you guys remember this guy. Late 2000s dude. He played at Georgia Tech.
Yeah. He was like power forward, right?
Has everybody seen him?
Yep.
Okay, quit looking at his shit. Guess how many career games he played? This is one I was like, I wonder what game like.
Like 97 or something.
Okay, so you're thinking
not
had like
a ton.
Where do you think maybe 3 years?
Yeah, maybe 2 seasons where he was like getting maybe bench minutes.
Fuck, Cockman.
I was gonna go 142.
Okay, because my thought process was when I thought about him, like, okay, yeah, I remember him. Like, I bet he played like 5 seasons. Maybe he 4 or 5 seasons. Maybe I don't know, 40 games a season. Yeah, so like I was thinking maybe 120 games. So he only played 1 career game in the NBA.
What?
So Kurt's the winner here, but I was like, I would have literally bet like my life savings that he played multiple seasons. He played
Dang.
one game for Phoenix in his rookie year, and that was he played. I think he had one foul, no other stats, and that was it for his entire career.
I wonder if I have been mixed up with someone else, because I feel like that can't be right, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I was fucked up by that because like how I thought about Gainey Lawal was I was listening to Steph Curry on Knuckleheads, and he was talking about how he ran it. He like played their AAU team was like Gainey Lawal and Jody Meeks in like Carolina, I believe. And I was like, I wonder what the fuck Gainey Lawal's career looked like. I was thinking literally like, okay, career averages is 7-3, played 4 seasons. It's like, no, literally one game played.
Yeah, I'm a little bit shocked by that. That is
fuck me up.
Wow. Yeah, that is just.
I think he's had some decent longevity overseas though. I think. So.
Yeah, that's a Mandela effect right there.
Yeah, it's fucked
up.
Huh?
Yeah, I would have never guessed that. Never in a million years.
Good shit though.
I just literally projected it in my mind him being like a fourth big who played multiple seasons.
Yeah, played like 3 teams in 4 seasons, and he was on his way out.
Yeah,
guess not.
Huh. Yeah, 1 foul, 1 game, 2 minutes. I wonder who's played the least amount of minutes in NBA history. If somebody's played truly like 17 seconds or something like that.
How many minutes did you say you played?
2.
Wow, that's crazy though. I mean, hey, at the end of the day, he could say, "I fucking played. I made it."
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Seriously. Dang. All right, well, shouts out to Gainey Lawal then.
NBA 77, he's going to be added.
Where you at? All right, well, that'll probably we'll call it for this episode of the Wax Chronicles. Thank you to big shouts out to J-Man and C Muscle for coming on.
Where
you guys are too kind. But yeah, we'll see you guys next week. Bye.